Top of the top. What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? What's up? Good morning. Good morning. We up. We back again. About to get back into it, y'all. Y'all know what's up. Intro. Hopefully everybody good this morning. Get back into the entertainment. Let's go. Let's go. I'm ready. All right. We got a lot to talk about today. We're going to go into these details. Go into the details, take a look at what's been said in court yesterday. We're going to go into what Miss Capricorn Clark said. Very important details of Diddy's behavior. So, yesterday, I got me some laughs because that guy Diddy's a funny dude, man. Now, I don't know if, like I said, it's all alleged, ain't nothing fact, but I get my entertainment off this, so I'm going to get my laughs. Yeah. Because if this stuff is true, they saying about this man, I don't think he get out of jail. If this stuff is true, that's all I'm going to say. But we're going to enjoy the circus. So what up, y'all? Top of the top, man. Back again, back again. All right. I just had to drop the link. Y'all know what's up. Be ready. Good to see everybody this morning, man. Chilling today. What's up? What's up, y'all? What's up? All right, let's go. Shout out to everybody around the globe. What's up? Intro, what's up? Good morning, Fatima. What's up, Black Samurai? Good morning, new mom. How you doing today? Sandra D, what's up? What's up, Britt? Shout out to everybody that's up. Catch y'all later. I'll see y'all within the show. What's up, Black Jack? What's up, B Dolo? What's up? Shout out to everybody that's up. All right, let's go. Y'all waited. I've been ready today. We're going to get into it. Let's go. So, look. Shout out to everybody also that hit the like button. Appreciate all of y'all to death. All right. Let's go. Let's go. I'm ready. All right. Proof Cassie was in bondage. So, when I say everything is already coming out, everything is not going to be told. What I mean is, if you cannot comprehend some of the things that are coming out, information, words, key things, it's all being illustrated to us all. So, like I said, I got everybody got their way they deal with the information. I got my way. So what I do is when the trial is over at the end of the day, then I do my research. I you know what I'm saying? That's when I do my homework. Put it, you know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. Leave it at that. So Miss Capricorn Clark, I never heard of her. So we see he had a lot of personal assistants. What was Farnsworth Bentley? A personal assistant. See? Everything we've been talking about, it's all related. It's all together. The personal assistant, they the ones that knew a lot. They the ones that do the personal dirt because they're his personal assistant, meaning they're the most trusted persons. Get it? So, another one, Miss Capricorn Clark. You heard about the woman, K, right? So you hear about all the ones that's the closest ones to him. It's a pattern if you just pay attention. Now, Miss Capricorn Clark's story comes from Cassie. Why? If you paid attention to the story, you will know that she is the one that told on Cassie and Kid Cudi. She is the one that triggered Diddy to find out. Get it? He didn't know. Obviously, he found out through her, and that set him off. So you know what he said? Allegedly, he said, you coming with me. Allegedly. So what am I telling you? All right. Something I said, I spoke to y'all about how they can't go nowhere. So also, it's not just Cassie. This is every superstar or everybody affiliated with a superstar. You also use Cassie to look at Beyonce. Get it? Same program. You just got to watch it. We spoke about it yesterday. It's the Leah program. It's the position the woman will play if she's a superstar or she's with a superstar. What's the number one thing I said? They can't do nothing. Fans are going to praise them on their timeline, but fans still won't notice they're always in the house. Cardi B. When Cardi B showed you all her cars and told you she don't drive, you should use your brain to say, she can't drive. And if she did, she's not the type to drive around Atlanta like that, meaning she's a prisoner of the house. You didn't know this. They was going live for years straight, but they just was always in the house. You still didn't get it yet. And they try to make you think their life was better than your life, but I know the truth. They're prisoners of their own fame. They can't do nothing, can't go nowhere. Cassie. Something very important in the trial. I wonder if y'all got it. It was said that Miss Capricorn Clark and Cassie went to Best Buy to buy a cell phone. Boop. That was the proof that Cassie can't go to the store by herself. And we're going to get to that. Now, remember when I said, whenever you see black entertainment, it's going to be embarrassing. It's going to be humiliating. It's going to be nasty. It's going to be something not good. Awkward. CIARA suffers embarrassing wardrobe malfunction on 2025 American Music Award red carpet. As you see, I don't know what it is. Somehow she's at the event. She comes to get a shine on, malfunction. Embarrassing. And you see what they tell you right here. CIARA suffers embarrassing wardrobe malfunction. So I'm going to just keep showing y'all how it's going down. All right? And I tell you it's over. We're going to go there. But today, it ain't no, like I said, let's clarify. And this is just a certain people. That's it. And not just a certain people. It's just about a certain behavior of a people or people that deal with a certain behavior. That's all it is. So let me clarify this. It's about people that have been dealing with a certain behavior for so long that now it is over. All right? Y'all know, y'all heard that saying, enough is enough, right? That's where we at. So we're going to get into it. We're going to just get into it. Now, y'all know what I said about Kanye. You know Kanye is an ultimate super troll. All right? His whole job is to piss people off. That's his job, period. All right? So y'all know that around here. So now, I see people getting pissed because some guys called the hooligans was dancing on Diddy's Star, but they dancing to one of Kanye's songs that I never heard. Because the truth is, I don't care about Kanye music no more. I don't listen to it, you know. But I remember Kanye was ruffling feathers with that song he's supposed to have. Yeah, you know how he always talking about, I don't even want to say the name, you know what I'm saying? You know how he be on his fake racist stuff? Yeah. So he do that to piss people off. But these guys, I don't know what they was doing. I think they went to piss people off, but it was just weird because they were praising Kanye's song. Get it? The song he got that pissed people off. I don't want to say it, y'all. All right? Hitler. I'm just going to leave it at that. That song he talking about, whatever he got going on with that. They performing Kanye's song on Diddy's Hollywood Star in L.A., but people getting pissed off for many reasons, and they blame that on Kanye. He ain't nothing to do with it. But I don't know how many of y'all saw that Kanye West interview with Piers Morgan either. I don't know if y'all saw that. But I just want to show y'all how it's a lot of weird stuff going on. And as they say, Kanye West sinks to sickening low as fans perform his anti-Semitic song on P.Diddy's Hollywood Walk of Fame star. But I don't think Kanye had nothing to do with that. But I don't know. But I'm just showing you this stuff weird. What else weird? Well, it ain't weird, but Cassie allegedly is in the hospital now. So she's allegedly, I guess she about to have that baby, y'all. Guess she about to have that baby. That might be a little demon child, y'all. Oh, man. Anyway, what's up, y'all? Hold up. Took a break from Ye after cousin allegations. Yeah. I told you I don't deal with, I only listen to when he says stuff that's real. Like I said, he's a troll. He says dumb stuff on purpose. He says dumb stuff on purpose, so when he say the real stuff, nobody gonna listen to believe him anyway. So I only listen. I know how to deal with Kanye. All right, that's it. Only when he say real stuff. Other than that, I don't listen to him. What's up, EK? All right, y'all, let's go. Let's go. But I'm gonna tell a lot of y'all too, man. Just start taking this stuff as entertainment, and that's it, y'all. Like, you know, stop taking this shit so serious. This ain't, you know, this is my whole point, y'all. It's not your culture, man. It's not your way of life. It's just entertainment. You know what I'm saying? And that's like I say, the problem is people had either too much like or too much dislike. You know what I'm saying? And they missed all the enjoyment and fun and laughter. And you know what I'm saying? See, when you was getting mad at people, you supposed to be clowning their ass. So that's what I'm trying to tell you, man. That's how that shit was all designed. So anyway, back to the courthouse, back to the circus, back to the comedy, back to the cartoon. I don't know what this about. I don't know what this about. I don't know if this man got his own picture with him, but it make it like Diddy's an idiot in court, scribbling on paper, like he just out of his mind. I'm going to say he is. But something else that tripped me out, his baby mother, she looking stressed, y'all. Didn't I tell y'all that life after Diddy is bad? Life after Diddy ain't no joke, bro. This is Misa, Diddy's baby mother. Then I tell y'all, you will see it so clear. You will see the joy is not in none of them. They are so all miserable. Something else I forgot to put in the title, y'all. Diddy money is shrinking. Oh, well, he still got money, but he down to 400 million now. So he done lost 600 million so far. Yeah, he's sinking. So I already know that's one of the main purposes to let that money sink. He down to 400 million. Yeah. Look at me so now, y'all. See? This is what I'll be telling you with these celebrities. See how they all dark, depressing? Their whole world was manipulating and finessing people with cameras, lights. I'm so happy. We so good. We got everything. But really, they had nothing, y'all. They didn't have basic shit. A laugh. When the last I could put up on a celebrity right now. When the last time you actually laughed your ass off from the heart? You know what I'm saying? When you just had some fun. No, man. So do you know how it feels to have everything but still don't have no fun? That's them. Just start looking at their faces, y'all. Just start watching them. I don't care who they are. If they've been in this game for a long time, just start watching them. You will see it on their faces, y'all. Because it ain't bad for them. See? His baby mother been coming to court with a walker. I don't know if that's a front or not. Guess what else? I know what she's doing. Sympathy role. Why? Because they're going to look at her like, Misa, you knew this man since the 90s, right? Okay, remember you was proud of being a stylist, a bad boy, the fashionista. Remember when you was all in bad boy in the beginning? Well, guess what, Misa? You're still part of the family. So Misa knows this. Plus, they're going to look at Misa. Did he do this to you too? You the one that he loved you to death. They're going to look at Misa. Did you know about all this stuff? So she know this. Shame, y'all. It's called shame. So when you're in shame, you come to court, play a sympathy role. I'm in pain. Meanwhile, why? You can't show your face. Why? You know your son was around this man all these years. And you also know it's a lot of Diddy in your son. So this is called shame. How we know that? Well, we saw Misa with Mary in the past. They were chilling at basketball game. We ain't never seen no walker. No, this is called sympathy. This is called shame. Because it's in it bad for them, y'all. See that? No happiness, no joy. Another day, I want to show you what I told you. Look at that man right there. What's on his hat? Puff. What did I say? His real family, people that love him, they call him Puff. There you go. Puff. Puff. All right, then. But nobody wants to be part of Bad Boy no more. So the truth is, even what Misa is doing, his baby mother, that's what a lot of his friends supposed to be doing. Exactly. So when I was talking about people not talking about this Diddy stuff, fool, I was not talking about the trial. I was talking about everything that led up to the trial and everybody within it, the whole organization within 30 years. That's what I meant by nobody was talking about this Diddy stuff. Nobody cares about the Diddy trial. All right? But what I care about the Diddy trial is just specific details. Like I said, I'm extracting the real importance out of it. those little one-liners, those little important little details. So the most important detail I caught about what she said was her and Cassie went to Best Buy to buy a cell phone. And I know what that meant. Cassie could not go nowhere by herself. I already know that. Which means what? You was her handler. Which means what? Diddy trust you with her. And it's something else I put together in this case. Okay, if Diddy trusts you with his money, he trusts your ass. If Diddy trusts you with his money, he own your ass. If he trusts you with his money, he trusts you to watch his money. If he trusts you to watch his money, he trusts you to watch Cassie. He trusts you to watch whatever he needs you to keep a secret. Bingo. Capricorn clock. But she was only with him 2 years. I mean, I don't know. I want to be West according to what she said, but I don't know. I'm not going to speak on that. But I'm going to say this. She was a handler. That's why she's in court. See, the people that was the closest to him, that they know for a fact was doing dirt, going to pick up drugs, stuff like that, they the ones, that's her right there. Personal assistance. When you hear about Farnsworth Bentley, personal assistant, lawsuit, the personal assistant, dirt, cover-ups, damage control people, the ones that know a lot, the ones that wipe the blood up, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So she telling you within the story. But like I said, I'm gonna tell you what it is from my perspective. She telling you what it is. She said Diddy was furious when he found out about Cassie and Kid Cudi because she the one that told. And being that her ass is in trouble, allegedly, Diddy said, you coming with me. Because what? She was a handler too. And she knows a lot. So it's just showing you. It's just showing you, y'all. It's all sprinkled around. When we spoke about how this man been in this game for so long and so many people, I also think he was like smart, like he would get people and also keep them temporarily. That's how you hide the dirt too. He hired people for this amount of time. After that amount of dirt done, they go on, they disappear, he gets somebody else. And this, you know what I'm saying? And at the same time, he keep it away. Nobody gets too close to him too long and know too much. This woman also said she had alopecia because Diddy stressed her so much. But it also let me know the tightness of you and how much Diddy trusts you. So let's also look at that. If he trusts you to watch over his money, all right, y'all, let's look at what kind of job that is. I'm just going to say it like this. I would not want no job being responsible for Diddy's money. Because do you know how much of an a-hole he going to be? But see, that's also, let me show you the way how Diddy control your ass. Because he's going to give you an important title. Your job is to watch over my money. But guess what? Now I got a reason to call you whenever I feel like it. Because you're the one to charge my money, right? Okay. It's all in the story. All in the story. So like I said, I wait for when the cases, I wait for the day is closed, and then I do my homework on what was said in court. All right? So let's go. Who else up in here? We up on the intro. What's up, Redskin? That's all bad. Make your hair fall out. Yeah. All right. Let's go. She got a Rango too. She got the Rango too. What's that? Oh, okay. Got you. Guess I never would have got a job without any of them because okay. Yeah. All right, y'all. Let me move on. Let's go. It's her right here. All right. And you also see a pattern of the woman that Diddy used to handle his business. You're also going to notice something. If you didn't notice by now, you will clearly see it didn't look to me like Diddy really trusted black women like that, as you can see. So when I keep telling you little things like the blacks are the ones that get abused, you will see the blacks are not even put in certain trusted positions because their job is to work. So that's why you're going to see all of Diddy's oppression was on the workers, which was the what? The artists, which was who? The blacks. That's why I'm always show you the ones who was getting abused. See, this woman wasn't getting abused. See, she wasn't getting abused. Now, what I mean by getting abused, Cassie always was getting abused, but like I said, I'm gonna just leave it at that. I know why Cassie was getting abused. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Even though it's not right, but I know why she was getting abused. I'm gonna leave it at that. Because he used her to do dirt. And I'm pretty sure when she didn't want to do as she was told, that's when that abuse came in. When she's trying to get away, that's when the abuse coming in. Get it? All right. That's my perspective. But you're going to see one thing about Cassie. She was still his favorite. He loved her. His favorite. All right? Even when he had to pay a woman, he made sure he paid other people. Get it? All right, then. When I say stuff like, where's Baps at for making it a band? Where's she at? He ain't put on no payroll, did he? No. On his payroll, you're gonna get put on a plantation called a record, called a record. All right? You're gonna work on them tracks. Sean Diddy Combs, ex-assistant Capricorn Clark, testified at his trial. So now we're gonna get into the details on what went down. We dealing with the facts of the courtroom. All right, what's up, Positive Vibes? What's up? All right, let's go. Ex-assistant Capricorn Clark testified that Sean Diddy Combs kidnapped her at gunpoint in 2011. She said Combs made her go with him to see Kid Cudi to take him out for dating Cassie. That's what she said, y'all. All right, so I got it very, very clear when I read it. What I got very clear is if Cassie was off and on with Kid Cudi, the first thing I thought was, thank you very much, Mark, was, well, before I first thought about, okay, let me go back. When it was first said that Diddy found out about Cassie with Kid Cudi, the first thing I thought back then was, how did he find out? Then I was like, yo, boom, boom, boom. I said, I think that shit come from a threesome spilled over. Like, I think they were dealing with threesomes. And, you know, they have threesomes, but guess what? Cassie still got contact with these people. It's a thing called DM. So between their breakups, I'm looking at it like she getting back with some of the people. Now, why did I say that? Because if I was told that Diddy controlled her for all those years, I'm looking at it like, if a man controls a woman, when does she have time to cheat? When does she have time to meet a man, go on dates with a man, get intimate with a man? When a man is always controlling her down her throat, ready, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, where did the relationship with her and Kid Cudi come from? As far as to be on that level or to make Diddy that mad. See, that's one thing if they broke up and she dating Kid Cudi, and he get mad. You know what I'm saying? They broke up, but Kid Cudi was a small fry to Diddy. So my point is, why was he so furious to blow his car up? So I look at it like it was a thing of Kid Cudi betraying him. Like it was some thing like they all was together. Why I say that? Because I know that Kid Cudi was around because of Kanye West. If Diddy and Kanye West was always tight and Kid Cudi is tight with Kanye, I'm going to look at it was all together. And I'm looking at it like that. And I'm looking at it more like Kid Cudi betrayed Diddy. That's why I look at it like that. I don't look at it like Diddy blew his car up because of Cassie. I look at it like Diddy blew Kid Cudi car up because he betrayed him. That's how I looked at it. See? All right, boom. I look at it as a triangle that went messy. That's my perspective. Because for a man to get that furious and say, come on, let's go, I look at it as some type of betrayal happened. Something deeper than just some cheating with a little Kid Cudi. That's how I look at it. All right? So, either way, she was guilty. And she knew it. And she had no choice but to speak. But when I say guilt, see, this is what I gotta break down. I gotta clarify a lot of stuff as I go on. Like when I talk about her, Cassie. The reason why they're all guilty, because Diddy made them guilty. When I say there's no heroes in this, I mean that all of them got dirt on their hands. But when I say Cassie's the hero, because when I talk, I gotta clarify things because I got my own way I talk. So when I say things, man, when I say stuff like there's no heroes in this, I mean everybody got dirt on their hand. But when I say Cassie is the hero, it's because everybody around the world, they never knew about this. Her testimony is what makes her a hero to the world because the testimony is what put the monster in jail. That part, she's a hero. But when I say they're all dirty, it's because he made them dirty. Get it? That's what I was telling you. They're good people when they come in, but once you deal with him, he's going to make you dirty. What I mean is, that's like saying, no matter how innocent Cassie was, once Diddy made her slay 5 people, get it? Say she slayed 5 people, she's not clean no more. She's dirty now. Even though she had no choice, she got dirt on her hands. See, if I slay people, if somebody made me do it, the blood's still on my hands, y'all. There's nothing I could do. But all I could do after that is get redemption. But I still did all that dirt. Guess what else in this case I get to show y'all? That's very important. So it's a very important trial that happened a while ago, and a lot of y'all gonna remember this. Y'all remember that situation with Johnny Lee Malvo? Remember the DC snipers? Remember them, y'all? What happened in that trial? Did y'all forget that that man made the young boy do everything? He made the young boy do it. Allegedly, he made the young boy do all the sniping, right? But what happened? Didn't both of their ass go to jail? Didn't both of their ass get fried? Ain't that young boy that did all that shooting his ass in jail right now? He still ain't out to this day. Even though he was a young man and the guy made him do everything. But they knew that young boy had so much dirt on him. I mean, that young boy became so corrupt because at the end of the day, they know he did take a lot of lives. He did snipe a lot of people. But he went to jail and he was brainwashed to do the whole thing. He in jail to this day. So you're going to see everything is different. I'm going to say it again. Young Lee Malvo was told to do all that stuff, but his ass locked up to this day. They was told to do a lot of stuff too. Get it? They was told to do a lot of stuff too. But we neither here nor there. So, let's go. She also described death threats over missing jewelry and being pushed by combs. We're going to talk about that too, when she allegedly claims that the goons had a hostage over the missing jewelry. And I ain't going to lie, according to the story, lady, I think you did steal it. Know why I say that? Because you said that Diddy underpaid you. But then again, this all twisted because I also think Diddy was playing a game with you too. So like I said, this whole thing is twisted. It's many dimensions. We're going to look at a lot. Let's go. That's right, Manchurian candidates. They all under control, y'all. So that was the whole concept when I was like, watch the movie Blink Twice, because you will see they're all in a mind program. And don't forget, the key thing is they always on mind-altering drugs. Also, we're going to talk about today, the pink stuff is not Coke. It's not Coca-Cola. It's a hallucinogenic drug. So when you understand that they was on that hallucinogenic stuff 24/7, not just the pink stuff, the mushroom, but that pink stuff, y'all, is straight hallucinogenic. Out your mind. Just know that was in effect a lot up until recent. That's the recent stuff they was doing. So when you pay attention to the pink stuff, that is the clue of crazy, weird behavior. Whenever you hear pink, that stuff they was doing, you think of crazy, weird behavior. And I'm not just talking about sex. No, hallucinogenic stuff. A former assistant and top executive of Sean Diddy Combs tearfully told a Manhattan jury Tuesday that he kidnapped her at gunpoint and made threats against her life. All right? Now, this is a question I'm going to ask because we live on the internet. What's up, Laura? What's up, Clarence? Miss Mo Better, what's up? We live on the internet, so we're going to ask y'all this question. Do y'all think she's innocent in this? Do you think she's an innocent, good person? Do you think she was an innocent person, then she got trapped up and forced into this? What do you think? Or you think she's just saying this because she's busted? Which one you think it is? All right? What's up? Cooked? Nope. 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 No, sir. So this is what I'm saying, right? You know what the proof is in all this now? That this man been a weirdo, man. He been a damn weirdo. But what, y'all? The money. Being that I see how he is now, ain't no way in hell I would ever worked around this man. When everything I've been analyzing is playing out as the truth because I know his behavior, and it's just me knowing weirdos like him growing up. I know a lot of weirdos like him growing up, but this the kicker. I didn't realize they were weirdos till I'm older, thinking about shit from young. That's how, it took me to be a grown man, y'all. I'm talking about, I'm 30. Then I'm looking back at my child, looking at I'm like, yo, I was really with some weirdos, man. I'm like, yo, I started looking at it later. I'm like, damn, we really was living around serial killers and weirdos. It was the truth. Damn, so-and-so really was a Geppetto. Because we were 15, and this old lad was really doing it. He was trying to hang around us, and he was trying to take people's girlfriend back then. His head was 30-something. But it started hitting me later. I'm like, damn, I was around weirdos. So what I'm trying to tell you is, a lot of characteristics of a weirdo been exposed through Diddy. So ain't no way in hell I would have worked for that man. Because what I know, he the type of man you don't even hang with. Like, I keep telling y'all, I swear, yo, your family, before he got in trouble a while ago, I said it. I said that if he the type of dude, if I'm in a club and he come in the club, I'm leaving. He one of them dudes. Like, you know how some of y'all try to act hard, prove a point? I ain't stupid. I ain't got to prove no point. Meaning, if you don't know when you see that man Diddy, that means trouble. How I know that? Family. I never forgot the story when I was a teenager of how this man threw a basketball game and 9 people got trampled to death. I knew from back then, when you hear that name Puff, that means trouble, man. Then I was able to see it again with Biggie and Pac. I been knew he was trouble. But before Biggie and Pac died, I knew when Tupac got shot in the studio, Puffy, he going to see Puffy. Bad luck. I always knew that. Then on top of that, the weird stuff after, but then we go back in it when the internet revealed that what? Diddy was putting cross-dressers in videos back then. Meanwhile, we watching Juicy. We watching the video warning. Biggie right there got a so-and-so in the bed right there. But back then we young, just listen to music. Warning, who the invasion me? Diddy was trolling us back then. So what am I saying? They been knew he was a weirdo. Why? Go watch the Juicy video. She's the star of the video. The same video with the cross-dressers in the video, Juicy, Misa's the star. Because she was the first one rocking blonde hair like that in a rap game. That's when she was with her baby father. That's when they were together. But my point is, she's in the video, Juicy with the cross-dresser, meaning she been knew Diddy weird ways. She been knew that shit. That's why I say it's embarrassing now, y'all. Now go watch the video today of Diddy's baby mother in the video Juicy and watch how happy she was. And then watch all the Biggie videos, because Diddy made sure she was in the videos. You watch all the videos, throw your hands in, you can always see Misa with Mary. They always together. Back then, y'all, they was always together. So they was happy then. Look at her face now. They fucking depressed, y'all. But you know what's funny? Remember I told y'all the other day, Mary performed at the Knicks game. This is what I was telling you. Mary is still good. Mary is good because she switched ships. You're going to see Mary Ben went with 50. That was her getting away from Diddy. But what else you seen? Misa, right here, put a lawsuit on Mary. Get it? It's beef. So that's still going on too. The lawsuit she got on Mary over the artist that was signed to her. So we're going to get into that. Matter of fact, I already did a video on that. But I'm just showing you how it ain't looking good for none of them, and you're going to see Misa in shame. She walking with a damn walker, y'all. Or is that a front? Why? Because she know damn well Justin almost killed himself with that drunk driving situation. She been getting the clues, y'all. Guess what? After Justin crashed the car, Justin didn't go back with his mother. He stayed and got caught up and arrested after that. Bingo. So, mama, I know why you embarrassed. Guess what? You just like Janice now. You didn't know you was going to be just like Janice. See how that shit playing out? That's Janice, Diddy mother, and that's Diddy, his son. See, Justin? That's Janice and Diddy. See how it play out? Now, you see how that DNA shit work? You see how that bloodline stuff work? What? I been said I knew Diddy was stupid because he had his kids around him getting caught up in all this dirt. He didn't teach his kids to do nothing different. I said I think he made his kids dumb on purpose. I don't know why. Yeah, he taught his sons nothing, y'all. And you're going to see it right here. When I said that, I noticed that I said, yo, fam, he got both his kids in trouble. Then got locked up, left his kids with nobody. So, looks to me, like I said, that's how the real world works. See, let's look at it. When you got to be a big man to the world, and you got to control everybody and run everything, you're doing all this pistol whip and all this shit. Meanwhile, You ain't even a father to your kids. Kids, idiots. Now, remember when they said your kids will bear the burden of you? Your kids will carry your sins? For the rest of his kid's life, guess what? They're fair game. You know what that means? Everybody Diddy violated, they're going to try to take it out on his kids. One way or another. One way or another. One way or another. That's how it works. See how it works? That's how the shit works. Now, his kids got to live the rest of their life. But none is guaranteed they ain't going to get abused. There's no guarantee ain't nobody going to drag their ass. See? That's how it's going to play out now. Because that's how it works. That's how it works, y'all. So, same way you see the mother, she got to be ashamed. So you see how it's all reversed, y'all? They get the money up front, but in the end, there's no glory. It's shame. 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 See that? See how she was happy back then? This is what I tell y'all about reading people's spirit. You see the brightness? You see the happiness? That's called when you're getting paid by Diddy. That's called when everything good. Now look at it now. I got alopecia. Oh, I was so abused. I just can't sleep at night. See that? Told you, man. That's called the industry, man. That's what it's called, y'all. There's no sympathy. That's why I say there's no sympathy in this. That's right, QBD. That's exactly what they are. They're miserable, bro. They're miserable. And guess what? All their bodies got extra mileage on it from sex, drugs, and partying. Their bodies got way more mileage on it than all our bodies. Yep. That's why they don't live that long, y'all. It's a reason why celebrities don't live long. It's a reason for that, man. The dumb ones anyway. The smart ones, they know exactly how to live longer. All right, let's go. So that's her back then. I know she was the favorite because I know back then you'll see the pattern. That was the favorite look back then as well. All right. Capricorn Clark, the former music tycoon employee, testified at Combs sex trafficking and racketeering trial that Combs was furious with her for keeping him in the dark about Cassie Ventura's 2011 relationship. Now, that's the kicker right there. Why did Diddy get mad at her? Because I know what's up. She admitted it in court. What did she admit? She was the one that had to take Cassie to get the phone. Which, that was my clue. Pop! Cassie can't go nowhere. But when she goes somewhere, you're going to watch Cassie. That's how it works. Cassie ain't going nowhere. I even was looking at it like this. Shit's so real. You remember how we was talking about the concept how to get them young? See, I even know how simple it is. Like, up north, you get somebody at a certain age, they ain't even learn how to drive yet. You see, I'll tell you about Cardi B, stuff like that. Like, you could be from New York, right? But you can still not know how to drive. So, it's certain men, they smart with shit like that. Like, Diddy, no. Yeah, he got Cassie, but she can't drive. When you can't drive, what that mean? You can't even leave me if you wanted to. You can't even use an excuse to say you want to go nowhere. So I told you that's how they be in bondage, y'all. It's that simple. Cassie was like a little kid. She couldn't go to the store by herself. But that's how all of them are. Meaning, it ain't got to do with just security. Because the ones that know how to move on their own, they're low key, they know how to move out by their own. But you're going to always see this. Like with Cardi B. The truth is she needed Offset. She was in Atlanta. She didn't know her way around. She couldn't drive. So that's why Offset was able to drag her. Can't do nothing. So you could be on lockdown by default. You on lockdown because you in his house, you in the state, you don't know where you at, plus you can't drive. So where you going at? You gonna have to take this smoke, right? You're gonna take this shit. And that's how it's gonna be. And then on top of that, guess how they get trapped up? They also get trapped up in what? Trying to keep a perfect image. So being that I gotta keep a perfect image, I can't leave, I can't tell. I gotta make this shit look perfect because we perfect. And that's how they get trapped. There's many ways you get trapped, man. When you tell your family, I work for Diddy. I'm getting paid. I'm straight. Everything good. Yeah, we go da-da-da-da. You know, you want to keep it going. But when the shit get bad, get wicked, you caught in the middle. So like I said, how the hell, when you got people that work for Diddy, damn near 15 years ago, look how they look now. See, I say they're all dark and depressed. They're just dark, y'all, and depressed. That's right. Why? It also hurts more when you've been around rich people and now you're not. That's what makes it hurt more too. So if I've never been around rich people, I'm straight. But when you've been around rich people, you guys turned out because family getting turned out is not just drugs. You get turned out by a lifestyle. You get turned out. You can't go back to certain stuff when you got turned out. When you got turned out in luxury, you can't go back to basic stuff. You just can't. Meaning the ones who weak can't do it. The ones who don't care, they can. See, the real truth is the real celebrities, the real rich people understand the science of material wealth. And they know about, they master all the material. They love their material, but they don't, meaning they appreciate it, but they don't care about it. Meaning they don't let it control them. How you know that? Well, those are celebrities you're going to see walking down the street. They don't care how they look. They don't care about none of that shit. They're the ones that know. They ain't about that material stuff. It's the other department. They the ones all in that material shit. They the ones that go through hell. Because they didn't understand the detachment of the material shit. Even though they did with all this spiritual stuff. That's why I told you. For these people, everything is physical. Flesh. Because they didn't know the art. They didn't master the art of spirituality, y'all. It's the same art of a rich man can't buy his way into heaven. See, the smart people know that. The wise know that. So they understand no matter how much material they got, it don't mean nothing. And those are the ones that treat people right. They know what they treat people right and fair. They know what's up. They protect their assets, yeah, but they also know that they just gathering a lot of shit on this earth because they're doing it for their future generations. So I tell you, it's a difference with certain people. Certain people are 100% spiritual and they're rich because all rich people are spiritual. It's just that the real smart rich people understand that everything they accomplish on this earth is for their eternity that will live on through their flesh. So when you look at Diddy, you're going to see the result of an idiot and a fool of black entertainment. They think that getting the wealth is about building and just getting everything material. But as they do that, they lose themselves. They lose their spirit. They lose their soul. They lose their love. They lose their family. They lose their happiness. They lose everything they accomplished in a material world that they did not master. Because master knows this. Master knows you give them everything material and they will never master the spiritual. So that's why they will never be happy, y'all, because they never learn how to take control of their soul. But the real celebrities know that. That's why the real ones you're always going to see happy. They're going to be smiling happy. They're going to be good. And they are the ones that don't have nothing to prove. Also, the black celebrities have a bigger burden because they are the main ones indulged in ego and keeping their ego going. You know what I'm saying? They got more pressure because they always got to portray an image. The main part, they lose their freedom and always got to portray the perfect image. Once you have to portray the perfect image, you're not free no more. You just don't know that. When you can't be yourself, you're not free. You don't know that. But see, people that be themselves, they don't care what nobody think, free as a bird. No, part of their prison and burden is always care what people think. That's one prison. They in so many prisons of lockdown that make them live this life. Then eventually what they're going to do, collapse. You could be holding on childhood burdens, putting on the front. Everybody got flaws. You don't want your flaws to seen, putting on the front. See? You created a persona of a status and a look, putting on the front. But all that shit take work. All that right there, image. Now you're going on with that shit for years and years and years and years and years and years. But you're going to come to a breaking point. That's how it works. See, the smart people, they learned all this stuff. So that's why I know a person that's spiritual, a fake spiritual person. Because a fake spiritual person ain't got no worries, no stress, and they don't master the material world, period. So that's why I say this game is based on a lot of stuff. You sign up for it. You're going to get money, tools, a lot of shit. But it's going to be the people that don't know how to use nothing. They don't know how to ascend to higher levels. They are the ones that are always going to be destroyed, trapped in this material world of called what? You can't get out. That's why it's called going nowhere. It's called back to square one. When I said the art of going nowhere, I will always prove it to you. When it's no coincidence, somehow Diddy went around the world. He was a billionaire, a rich man, had all his power. But somehow he ended up back in New York City where he started from. But this time he's in a courthouse. Back to square one, the art of going nowhere. When you don't master this world you're in this dimension of the flesh, you will always go back to square one. Always a step away from back in that grave because you can't go back in the womb. So that's how it's going to always be when you don't master the flesh. So I say that for a reason because that's all this sex case is about. This Diddy trial is about flesh. It's about flesh, material wealth, right? And what a man did to sustain his material wealth, and what other people did for material wealth. How people was promised dreams for material wealth. They got it. They got it. But what else they got now? See, our happiness is gone now. Can't buy that. But like I said, when you got the pocketbooks, the Louis bags, when you can look in your closet, y'all, and you see Prada, Louis, Gucci, Christian Dior, Dolce & Gabbana, you feel the pocketbooks lined up. You got the shoes to match. All right, you got the red bottoms. All right, you got the Christian Louboutins, all in the closet. Shit, great pearls. You know what I'm saying? It's all good, y'all. So that's why I say I don't feel sorry for none of them. This is what everybody got to learn. There's nothing wrong with having the best of the best. There's nothing wrong with loving nice stuff. But like I said, if you ain't earning on your own, you're going to always take foot up your ass. Ventura, the R&B singer and the prosecution star witness, dated Kid Cudi. Cassie dated Kid Cudi briefly that year, while she and Combs, who dated on and off for a decade. Stop right there. Now they dated off and on for a decade. What am I showing you? Everything is being revealed in your face, y'all. All I'm going to say is this, family. I've never in my life dated nobody off and on for a decade. I'll tell you another thing, family. I never even heard of nothing like that. Now, I heard of people messing around for a decade, but they never was together. But I never heard nobody off and on for a decade. What is that, y'all? What the hell is that? What is that? Just going to leave it at that, y'all. Just going to leave it at that. What up, Punches? What up, bro? All right, off and on for a decade. Let's go. All right, so I'm just going to leave it at that. Let's go. So anyway, she told everything. What she told? She told on Cassie. Guess what? Why she feel guilty? Because she know when she told, Cassie got her ass beat. Kid Cudi car got blowed up. And she know a lot of stuff. So let's get it. What they say? She and Combs. So this is when Diddy said, Clark told the jury that Combs, armed with a gun, went to Clark's house in a rage in December 2011 and banged on the door. He banged on her door like this. He was just like that too. So we know this man weird. This is the shit he walk around in on his off time. So anyway, let's go. This is what she said he said. She said, Diddy said, get dressed. We're going to kill him. Clark testified that Combs told her, using the N-word, to refer to Kid Cudi, whose real name is Scott Mescudi. All right? His name is Scott Mescudi. I'm going to say he ain't from here. Never in my life heard of a last name Mescudi. All right? So let's go. Now, you hear it, all right? Diddy ready? He said, let's go. He messing with my lady? Let's go. I'm going to kill his ass. That's what Diddy said, allegedly. I'm going to unalive his ass. Let's go. All right? Clark said Combs took her to Kid Cudi's Los Angeles home, and she characterized herself as kidnapped. Now, what I get to prove, we get clarity on this part. This is why a lot of people were kidnapped when I said stuff like, once you're with him, you're going to do as you're told. He's going to have you in so much stuff, and you cannot leave. Kidnapped. He made her come put in work. Let's go. The way he was acting, I just felt like anything could happen, Clark testified. Why? That fool is a drug head. He's a weirdo, right? But he also said, go get the guns. We're going to take his ass out. Come on. Let's go. Now, what are we also looking at in this right here? You also get a look at how Diddy's going to incriminate you. When we talk about it's no telling how many people he had doing dirt throughout the years, how many people he made do stuff. Here's an example how he's going to make you do something, meaning you might not got nothing to do with it. You're going to be in incriminating shit around this man, period. Here's the proof once again. It's the proof. Let's go. All right, so what? He just said, get dressed. We're going to kill him. All right, that's it. So anyway, the way he was acting, I just felt like anything could happen. Clark testified. The way he was acting, I just felt like anything could happen. Clark testified through tears. Last week, when Scooty testified, Kid Cudi, that Combs broke into his house in December 2011. So allegedly, she was with him. And he broke into the house, allegedly. Let's go. Scooty said at the time, Kid Cudi said at the time, Clark called him. Capricorn Clark, the woman Diddy said called him. Kid Cudi said Clark called him to say that she was outside his house and that Combs was inside. Clark told him that Combs had forced her physically to drive there with him. So according to her, anybody that don't get the story right, she the one that was with Diddy when he allegedly went in the house. And then Diddy allegedly went in the house and told her, call Kid Cudi ass right now. Allegedly. And allegedly she called Kid Cudi, say, I'm in front of your house right now, Diddy inside. So guess what? Diddy made her accomplice. He made her a goon. He made her put in work. But don't forget, she was the what? Personal assistant. I also get it very clear. You know what happened? Diddy said, well, since you was with Cassie, since you was in on it, since you was the one that helped her get the cell phone to cheat on me, now you in it too. That's what Diddy did. All right, that's what he did. That's what happened, y'all. So what a lot of people didn't get with this, what I get very clear with a lot of this stuff, like I said, just the fact of you hanging with a rich man at his level, it's a price to pay just hanging with him. Knowing a rich man's business is a responsibility alone. That's what people don't get. You hanging with him, you getting incriminated off the rip. That's why you keep getting the story of he made the housekeepers hold drugs. Why? If somebody OD, he gonna say they got it from her. That's why. That's why he said housekeepers, you gonna hold it too. Just in case somebody OD, I didn't do it. She gave it to him. No, when you hang around a billionaire, you shall be incriminated. But I know that from the street, it's the same way in the street. You're not hanging around people that get dirty. You're not dirty. They're gonna say, hold his gun. They're gonna say, hold his package. You're gonna do something. You ain't gonna just be around us every day. You ain't doing nothing. No, you ain't got no license. Well, you're gonna drive this car then. You're gonna do something. That's how it works, y'all. That's how it works. All right. So I know everything he was doing. He's gonna make you get dirty. Because guess what? You're not getting paid for that man unless you got dirt. It's not fair for you to hang around him, know all his dirt. He don't got no dirt on you. He knows this already. She knows this. Her ass ain't want to go to jail. How we know these people be dirty? How we know Diddy abused and dragged them? How we know they became a part of a team and we looking at guilt? Well, the guilt is they're broke. The guilt is they don't want to go to jail and they broke. What makes it worse is when you got to keep hearing about a billionaire, and you ain't got nothing. That's them. That's why it's shame, y'all. Because it's not even like they can go on with their life happily. Like, I was with Bad Boy, whatever happened. It was some messed up time. We had good times too, but you know what? That stuff behind me now. I live my life. I'm good now. See, they can't say that, y'all. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. They don't think like that. See, they don't think like that. Like when I tell you, or any of us that know, anybody that left a certain lifestyle or change your ways or change your life or change your career, you understand that when you make a certain change, the past is behind you. You find your joy in front of you. You good. So I know the difference of somebody with misery in front of them or happiness in front of them. It's going to show. Because when you get over your past and it's happiness in front of you, you're over that stuff. But look at her. Before and after. It's called what? Life after Diddy. Life after Diddy. After Diddy leave you, magically your legs go out. So I'm going to say she ain't need no walker, y'all. She was just nervous, scared. But really, life after Diddy, your legs go out. Stuff like that start happening. You get noodle legs, all that. When they start realizing that shit over, yeah. Trust me, man. She got a super $5 million. She don't want to go back to living in an apartment. She don't want to live in no damn apartment, y'all. Why they go broke? They got to sustain a lifestyle. What else I know that y'all don't comprehend? A lot of y'all do. If our bogus rent went up, if everybody low-level rent went up, they rent went up too, y'all. Yeah. So let's say if they were paying 30 grand a month, they might be paying 50 grand a month now. See what I'm saying? Yeah. that penthouse they were renting out, it might have been, let's say it was 1.5 million. That joint might be 3 million now. Yeah. That's how they doing it now everywhere. So yeah, that's why I was talking about why a lot of us moving to Vegas. Yeah, y'all, it's a lot of things going. And then when you're looking at people like Diddy, let's look at all the people he took care of. Let's look at all the people they got here to take care of. When that money stopped and certain things stopped, what's going to happen after that? Diddy is down to 400 million now, y'all. He's down, allegedly, he's down to 400 million. And we don't know what's going to happen when it's over with. He might got, and ain't got nothing to do with hella payouts. He might got hella lawsuits. Because remember, if he, after the conviction, the lawsuit's going to pour in. Payouts. The same reason why, remember, why they kept telling you R. Kelly, he flat broke? R. Kelly went broke in the hole, and he owed somebody over $200,000 and can't pay. So that's how it's going to be private Diddy too. Because they're going to owe, if Diddy have all them lawsuits for real, his ass going to be broke. Yes, he is. So let's go. Let's go. So I know why she got noodle legs, y'all. All right, that's it. Life after Diddy is harsh. Let's go. So anyway, Miss Capricorn, she claimed she was felt kidnapped. But I know she was, because if you was the one watching over his money, personal assistant, damn right you kidnapped. You was his damn wallet. You're going to always be in his back pocket. Hell yeah. But she took the job. Now let's ask right now, y'all. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. If Diddy say he going to pay you to watch over his money, would you do it? On some real talk. $500,000. Watch over his money. I wouldn't want to do shit. I wouldn't want to watch his dog. None of that. I won't do nothing for him. Nope. I won't want to do nothing. I'm not doing nothing for nothing, bro. That's it. Only thing I ever would have did with Diddy, if I saw him in the club, what's up, pup? That's it. That's it. Then I'd have just dipped off. That's it, man. I would know. You stay away from people like him, man. Either way, it's going to end up, you're going to be set up. You let him pay you to watch his dog. Next thing you know, he don't want you to leave. He wants you to watch the dog forever. You don't mess with him. He likes to buy souls, y'all. See, you're not getting that part neither. We like to go to the store and shop. We like to shop online. His fun is buying souls. Humans. That's his fucking thing. You know what I'm saying, y'all? That's his thing. Buying souls. Turn you into a house appliance. That's what he does. Turn you into all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? He's a weirdo, y'all. Yeah. All right, so let's go. The way he was acting, I just felt like anything could happen. Clark testified through tears. Last week, Kid Cudi testified that Combs broke into his house. All right, so let's go. Speed it up. Let's go. She said the time Clark called him to say, this is what Kid Cudi said. She called to say that Diddy was inside his house. Clark told Kid Cudi that Combs had forced her physically to drive there with him. Let's go. So now he made her partner in crime. Let's go. All right. Now this supposed to be Diddy talking. I'm going to be real. When I heard this stuff yesterday, I was busting out laughing. It was hilarious. I just hope this stuff ain't true. I'm going to just say that. But allegedly Diddy said, if you don't do that, I'm going to kill all you motherfuckers. That's what she said. She said that Diddy said once he found out that Cassie was cheating, she said, basically Diddy said to her, I'm gonna take out you and Kid Cudi. I'm gonna slay all y'all ass. You and Cassie, all y'all. I'm gonna slay all y'all ass, basically. So as you see right here, he made her do the call. He made her do it. He told her, if you don't do it, I'm gonna slay all y'all ass. Get it? So this guy, he just turned into a straight gangster. Kid Cudi ultimately did report the break-in to police. He said he reported it to the police. Somebody tell him it disappeared. This is what she said. She said Diddy, he would say, I should just kill you bitches. I should cut her face. So Diddy turned into a blood, y'all. He talking about he should start slaying all their ass. He gonna cut Cassie's face. Like he a blood. That's what he said. Right here. Allegedly. I should just slay your ass, bitch. I should cut her face. Clark said Combs said about herself and Ventura. Prosecutors hope Clark's testimony will bolster the top 2 federal charges. So now, to be all jokes aside, what she's saying is basically she was kidnapped and he made her do stuff. But like I said, he didn't make her do nothing sexual. He made her do criminal acts. He made her set somebody up. Get it? Yes. Also, it's clues in this. I'm getting a lot of clues that it is no telling if it's anybody that's unalive. I'm just going to say, in my mind, I'm going to assume there's some people unalive around this man and his team. I'm going to assume throughout the 30-year process, some things got messy somewhere. Because I also know his personal assistants, yeah, it's a pattern. All of them are accused of doing some hellified dirt. Yep, that's her, Farnsworth Bentley, and it's another one. We're going to go there. He would say, I should just slay y'all bitches. I should cut her face. I can see him saying that. Prosecutors hope Clark's testimony will bolster the top 2 federal charges against Combs' sex trafficking and racketeering. So the sex trafficking and racketeering, the criminal organization leader behavior, she is the one to illustrate it and to get it shown. And, I want to say this, according to what she's saying, it goes with it. So as of now, her and Cassie will be the proof of Diddy make you do stuff. It also would prove that he used his company, Bad Boy, put you in a contract, put you on salary, and use you to do dirt. Now, this we're talking about is illustrating parts of the RICO. But like I said, you're going to see one thing. It still has nothing to do with the IPE of men, but it has to do with his control. And Kid Cudi is the result of the fear of his criminal organization. Because the truth is, thank you very much, Scott LaRock. What's up, bro? Everything we're looking at in this Diddy trial is the same exact thing the mafia did. The same exact thing. This will be a scenario of the mafia dealing with witness intimidation. The same exact thing. The same exact thing. That's all it is. All right? When they go to people's house and get them to stop testifying, that's all this is. Some of that same background, but it is illustrating mafioso behavior. And this is why I already know what happened. I've been knew anyway. Before they built the case on him, they went and questioned her ass already anyway. All of them. Because they were part of the organization. Why? It's not about what she and Cassie did. It's also about the people that Diddy abused while they were together. When I say that it is many faces of abuse, it is many people that got violated. We're not going to know the names. But let's just say if Diddy did get in trouble for a lot of different things and they was with him, they're going to ask them too. Well, it was a time back in 2007. It was alleged that somebody passed out in the house. And y'all were there. Get it? It was a man said he was RIPE'd and y'all was there. Or a woman said, she got, say y'all was there. So that's why I say hanging with him, you're going to be dirty anyway. And she shows all the guilt. All right, let's go. Life after Diddy. Let's go. We almost through this segment. Let's go. So as you see, he went to Kid Cudi's house just like this. So Kid Cudi wouldn't know it was him. So as you see, the way he was acting, I just felt like anything could happen. So she's in court to put a nail in Diddy's coffin. Let's go. So let's go. Look. And that Combs was inside. Clark told him that Combs had forced her physically. So she told Kid Cudi she didn't want nothing to do with it. Now, this is what she said also when some of Diddy's jewelry came up missing. I was terrified. She said, as she described the time being forced to take a lie detector test after some of the rapper's jewelry was stolen. Let's go. I also think this fool was playing mind games, y'all. I also think he was playing a lot of wicked mind games, And that, remember, that was his way also of torment and control, playing mind games. I think that whole scenario of him putting people on a lie detector tests was playing mind games. Let them know. You know what I'm saying? Mind game. Like, you a grown-ass man. He said, yo, I think you stole something. Making shit up. Just see how scared he can get your ass. Go take the lie detector test. You see how he can get you scared. Meanwhile, he know damn well he just made it up. So I look at it like that too. He was taught, like, that's ways of tormenting their ass. You having a good time at his mansion chilling, he gonna come out of nowhere and say, somebody stole something. See that? Yeah, he one of them type. So anyway, she said, now, when you listen to this story, y'all, you also think of the men and how easy it was for Diddy to get any man dealt with. Clark told the jury that at the time, a man who looked like the size of 2 linebackers told her that if she failed the lie detector test, they were going to throw me in the East River. All right? So as you see, they said we're going to throw in the river. But the key thing you look at, a man the size of 2 linebackers. The part that people not getting. What's the other part about people not getting? Everything is blamed on Diddy. When I keep telling you he didn't do everything, it's the same thing. Now, y'all know in any other trial, right? What happens? Okay, you heard about many things rappers went to court jail for, but they didn't do it. It was their entourage. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He's getting the credit for all the stuff his entourage did to make him look more notorious. See, that's what I keep telling. Like, see, we look at Diddy in court. We look at Diddy, but we don't never get to see the 8 big ass muscle men he was running with. Because in reality, it was times it was him like this, but he got 8, 6, 7, 6, 5 people with him. See that? That's the part they not letting you know. So when people don't understand the whole reality of how he was abusing people and how he was dominating men, they don't get the part that he had all these linebackers with him. See what I'm saying? Now, you see his one bodyguard, G, how big he was. He had many big people like that with him at one time. That was y'all not getting. Now, and then also his bodyguards, his muscle men, they are trained to put you in certain moves, headlocks, arm twists, illegal chokeholds. No, that's what he was doing. That's why y'all don't get the whole picture of the power and the abuse. When Ray J talk about booty goons, he got linebackers or men the size of 2 linebackers. What the hell you gonna do? All right, bro, you ain't doing nothing. It's only one way out of him. It's called going to the gun shop. That's it. But when you got a career on the line, you couldn't do that. He know how to deal with you. Don't get that twisted. That was another power Diddy had. Don't get that part twisted. He knew that people couldn't put hands on him. So don't get that part twisted neither. He knew that. He knew if you wanted your career, you couldn't put your hands on him anyway. All right? He knew if you wanted to live in this country, you couldn't shoot him. He knew that. So that was his power. I can do stuff you can't get away with. So don't get all. That's why I say he had a lot of things working in his favor. But when you just keep looking at him like the tap dance, clown dancing, cool, freaky man, you're going to miss everything. Because his power is illustrated through many, 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 many different ways. That's what made him powerful. When he can point a finger, and at the same time, that man that's a double linebacker, he can make that same man cry quick. Get it? Yeah. It's called power of the dollar, y'all. It turns a grown-ass man into a puppy. That's what he did. Because he had mind control. All right? So as you see, you also see the power of his mind control on people. That even when they not dealing with Diddy no more, the power and effect of his mind still ruin and control their ass. All right? So as you see right here, they ready for him to get fried. Let's go back to the linebackers when they said they're going to throw her ass in the river if she failed that test. All right? So right here, Clark told the jury that at the time, a man who looked like the size of 2 linebackers told her that if she failed a lie detector test, they were going to throw me in the East River. Now, also remember, he told that to rappers, everybody. I was told I was unable to leave until they got to the bottom of this. That was she testified. She was told she can't leave, held hostage. What's the proof? Once you're in his presence, you're not leaving. Whatever the situation, if it's a party, you're not leaving. If it's a lie detector test, you're not leaving. Whatever it is, you don't go till he say you go. For everybody. That's the law, y'all. Right here. She testified, who added that Combs, head of security, Paul Alford, had her take the lie detector test over the course of 5 days. And she was in a locked room, y'all. 5 days. That was the kidnapping right there, y'all. That's the kidnapping and torture. The security guard, Paulie, that's the guy, Uncle Paulie. They're going to make it look like mafioso, wild goons on deck. Same thing I kept telling y'all is playing out through this shit. Remember when I told you a lot of Instagram models be kidnapped? And I said how they got them big security guards around, you can't leave? Here's the proof. That's how it worked. The power and control is illustrated on the estate. The estate is acres, so you're going to feel free. But the acres have a perimeter and a boundary. That's why you're in bondage. So that's why it's different with rich people. If I got you held hostage in my house, you're going to know the difference. But see, when you with them, they're going to make it feel different because it's all this space, all this stuff to do. But you can't leave. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mark. So that's how the thing worked. Now listen, they had to take a test and put in a room for 5 days. That's called torture. No, he had you in a torturous program. He made you pay a price. He made you pay a price. Now, if this happened after you told on CASSIE, he was torturing your ass. Let's go. Because he looking at you like you couldn't be trusted. Now look, check it out, y'all. This woman, Capricorn Clark, under cross-examination, Clark said she was on her way with Combs in a car to New Jersey, Teterboro, when she realized that the jewelry, which had been in her purse, was missing. Look, she was on the way with Combs. She was with Diddy in the car going to Jersey. Then what she say? She noticed the jewelry went missing. So what I say? No, the Joker took it from her ass. The Joker stole the jewelry. He stole his own damn jewelry, used that as an excuse to torment her ass. That's my opinion. But once I read the story, I got it clear. I said, no, he wanted to torment her ass. He used the jury as an excuse. Now you're going to take this lie detector test. We're going to get you scared on purpose. We're going to torture your ass. Now what you're going to do? Now you're going to go in that room for 5 days. Torture. Like a slave. Get like a prisoner. Meanwhile, he got the jury the whole time laughing. But that was his payback. Why? He was able to torment her because she was part of his life too. See? The woman he trusts, they're going to watch his money. Huh? The woman he trusts going to handle his personal business and going to do what? Have his kids. Those are the woman he trusts. Miss Capricorn was a woman he trusts. How we know that? Personal assistant. Which means what? Knows personal business. Personal handler. Cassie's a little girl. She want to go to the store. Mommy, she want ice cream. Cassie got to go with Miss Capricorn. Cassie got to raise her hand. Diddy, can I go to the store? Yes, you can. Go to the store. She's going to take you. Get it? Bondage. Handler. That's her guilt. Know her guilt is? Being around, watching Cassie get punished. What's all their guilt? Probably all participated in freak-offs. Ain't no way in hell they always around a freaky man and then get down for their crown. That freaky man, that's the shame. You're looking at shame. You're looking at the bad chicks from the 90s, early 2000s. Now look at them, shame. So anybody that was taught and thought you were going to be a bad chick your whole life, just know that when it's all said and done, this is how it's going to end for you too. Shame. All right? That's it. All she going to be now is a baby mother. That's it. So anyway, back to this. Sidebar. This the weirdo they was with, right? All right. They got to live with it. Prosecutors hope Clark's testimony will bolster the 2 top federal charges against Combs. That's trafficking and racketeering. The number one charges that'll give him life in prison, these are the main charges. Everything she's talking about. Her and Cassie. She will be the victim of the kidnapping. She will be the victim of the torturing. She will be the victim of one of his workers used as a goon, which will illustrate control. Uncle Paulie, the muscle, will be the proof of the one that applies the force, and that will be the proof of the organization on one particular level. So Diddy's lawyers, as of now, got work to do. So Clark told the jurors that she didn't know whether the stolen jewelry was ever found, but that she continued to work for Combs, and he never mentioned it. That's how I knew he took it from her to torture her ass. Right here, y'all. So they told her, we're gonna throw your ass in these rivers. Tortured her, make her take lie detector tests. But that was after her and Diddy went for a ride to New Jersey. So after they went to New Jersey, the jury came up missing because I'm going to say Diddy took it. Clark says she was on her way with Combs in a car to New Jersey, Teterboro, when she realized the jewelry, which had been in her purse, went missing because the damn diddler took it. And then what? Used that as an excuse to torture and torment her ass. That's what he did. Because obviously he had it the whole time, because the proof is right here. The stolen jewelry was never found, and he just act like nothing ever happened, and she continued to work for him. What is the clues? What is the proof? She also didn't leave after that. So Clark also recalled that on her very first day working for the Bad Boy record, keyword, very first day, which means what? She had a choice to keep working or a choice to quit. Boom, right in your face. On her first day working for the Bad Boy record founder, he threatened her at nighttime in Central Park after he found out she had worked for Combs' longtime rival, Sugeknight. Now you see where this all stemmed from? He was testing her from the beginning. From the beginning. But I also know what he was doing. He was giving a fair game. Like, look, I know you used to work for Suge. So really telling you, I ain't gonna really trust you like that, right? Telling her it's right here. It's right here. She both knew already. Damn. East Coast, West Coast beef. Or was you with Diddy the whole time? Acting like you worked for Suge? Was you always down with Diddy? Acting like you worked for Suge? Were you spying on Suge for Diddy? We do know the art of Diddy putting light-skinned women on men. That's right. I'm going to say, Now, do we think Diddy was that stupid to hire one of Suge's ex-workers? Early 2000s? I'm going to leave that one alone. Why? Because I ain't stupid. You got to be highly trusted for Diddy to make you in charge of his money. Personal assistant. Huh? I'm not stupid. I know the face of guilt when I see the face of guilt. All right? Let's go. She crying in court over some stuff that was about 15 years ago. But anyway, it's called guilt. What she say? The stolen jewelry was never found, but that she continued to work for Combs, and he never mentioned it. All right, there you go. Clark also recalled that on her first day working for the Bad Boy Records founder, he threatened her at nighttime in Central Park after he found out she had worked for Combs' longtime rival, Sugeknight. So you got it. He told me he didn't know I had anything to do with Sugeknight, and that if anything would happen, he would have to kill me. Clark said of Combs. So in the park, he allegedly told her to her face, "You know I'm going to take you out, right? All right, let's go." I said, "Well, we'll just have to see." That's what Clark said. I said, "We'll just have to see." She testified, "There was nothing I could do in Central Park to convince him that I was a trustworthy person." So she was threatened. Her first day, she kept working. But she also didn't say what her first day was. Or what date, the date. So also we got more details of what happened in court. So let's go to some of this stuff, some of the key words. The U.S. government prosecutors returned from the holiday weekend and pressed forward in their racketeering conspiracy and sex trafficking case against Diddy. They called to the witness stand a former employee of the rapper who portrayed him as a ruthless and volatile kingpin, bent on controlling the people around him with violence and threats. I believe that 100%. That's what that part already proven. Only thing you didn't get detail on is how you control the men. That's it. Why? No man is testifying. Capricorn Clark, an aide to Diddy for years, described her harrowing experience working for him. She told jurors he threatened to kill her, subjected her to days of a lie detector test, shoved her at a Miami home in 2006, asked her to buy drugs, and kicked his off-and-on girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, with 100% full force. So he also witnessed her kick the hell out of Cassie like a field goal punt. She saw a lot of abuse. Clark recalled Diddy's rage at Kid Cudi. His real name is Scott Muscudi, whatever. Better known as rapper Kid Cudi. After learning he was dating Cassie, Clark and Diddy banged on her door one morning in December 2011. Gun in hand, forced her to join him in confrontation. Get dressed. So she said Diddy pulled up with a gun. Get dressed. Let's go. We're going to kill Kid Cudi. Let's go. That's allegedly what Diddy said. He turned into a gangster blood. All right. Clark recalled Diddy's rage at Scott Muscudi. So key thing he said, we're going to take out Kid Cudi. That made her an accessory. She was incriminated. She was an accessory. What else she do? I think she told where Kid Cudi live at. Accessory. If somebody if a lady do that, if a girl, a woman, anybody do that right now, you get mad and you go tell some people where he live at and they kick in his house, your ass going to jail. Especially if something happened to him. You going to jail, period. But if he died, you going to jail too. That's what she did. She told on Cassie and Kid Cudi. That's what she did. Clark testified that she took Cassie to Best Buy to purchase a burner cell phone she could use to communicate with Kid Cudi. The ex-assistant explained to jurors that she was concerned Cassie was sending text messages on a phone paid by Diddy. Clark said she worried the relationship between Cassie and Kid Cudi was going to get us all killed. Do y'all see this? Now you got the proof of the love triangle. Not only that, you got the proof. Let's look at this. Everything is entertainment, unsolved mystery. Nothing is a fact. Let's look at this, y'all. Guess what? Look how dirty. You know why she's so damn dirty? She the one that took Cassie to buy the phone to help her cheat on Kid Cudi. And then she also the one that told Diddy and got Cassie ass whipped. And Kid Cudi car blowed up. Because it makes sense, see? Everything is in the court. It is said they was in an off and on relationship. So maybe when Cassie wasn't around no more, somehow the conversation had to come up. How did the conversation come up for Diddy to find out that Cassie and Kid Cudi was messing around? It sounds like Cassie was not around and something had a conversation and Diddy had to say something about, all right? No, where they at? Where Kid, something went down, y'all. For Diddy to pull up to her house with the gun. Come on, let's go. But The main thing you got to catch in court what was said. Cassie was a prisoner, y'all. She couldn't even go to the store by herself. She had to take Cassie to get a phone like she was a little kid, because Diddy also, her job also was to watch Cassie ass. That was her job too. The eyes, the spy, the watcher, the handler. So anybody don't believe that Cassie was a SEX slave, here's your proof. She wasn't making music. She wasn't making records. She wasn't a lot of freak offs. She was not a lot of dirt. Cassie also couldn't leave, and she was the watcher. That's why Diddy also knew the art of getting the older woman to watch over the younger woman. See that? When you get a woman that's 20 years older, and she plays the role of the mentor, but she's really the handler and controller. When it was said that Cassie was with Ryan Leslie first, we saw the pictures. We assumed she was 17 too. But even if she said she was with Diddy at 19, we have no proof Cassie could drive. Cassie was under full control, and Cassie always needed a babysitter, which means Cassie was always in bondage, which also means Cassie got in trouble because she told on Cassie. How we know that? She's the one that took Cassie to buy the phone from Best Buy, y'all. That's how we know. Let's speed it up. Anybody that didn't believe Cassie was in bondage, Cassie was forced to do a lot, here's the proof. Cassie couldn't even go to the store by herself. See, Clark testified that she took Cassie to Best Buy to purchase a burner cell phone like she was a little kid in high school when the parent take the kid to buy the cell phone. Here you go right here, y'all. So she bought Cassie the cell phone. She also what? Told on Cassie with the cell phone. Very simple. She went to purchase a burner cell phone she could use to communicate with Kid Cudi. The ex-assistant explained to jurors that she was concerned Cassie was sending text messages on the phone paid for by Diddy. Clark said she worried the relationship between Cassie and Kid Cudi was going to get us all killed. Why? That was Diddy money. Also, the personal assistant knew that it was going to leave a trail because she's the one in charge of the money. And Diddy going to say, what about this cell phone? So she already knew. She told. She had to tell. Can you see how twisted it is? But I'm also looking at it like Cassie wanted to get with Kid Cudi on the rebound from a threesome. That's how I look at it. I look at it like they were all having threesomes. I'm looking at it like Kid Cudi was also in freak-offs. And when it was all said and done, Cassie wanted some more Kid Cudi. Because the male model stripper also said that Cassie would call him. So I know it was time when Cassie wanted to have fun without Diddy. So I'm going to say she wanted to still have fun with Cassie behind Diddy back. He found out and blew that car up. Because if they were separated, why would he blow the car up? Why he ain't just smack Kid Cudi? Why he ain't just pistol whip Kid Cudi? Why he ain't just get the booty goings on Kid Cudi? Why he blew his car up? Because it was betrayal, right? It was some betrayal. Let's go. And she had to tell because she ain't want to lose her life. So guess what? I'm going to say to fix her, when it was all done, Diddy tortured her and made her take that lie to take the test. So you got the proof. Cassie was in bondage. She couldn't go nowhere. And she was her handler and a personal assistant. Now, something I wanted to ask a lot of y'all. Y'all know better than me. Who is this right here, y'all? We got to talk about this one, y'all. Who is Cherry Dennis? I need y'all to help me with this one. Ladies, I know a lot of y'all know about Diddy's other life. I need help with this. Who is this, y'all? Who is Cherry Dennis? Shout out to everybody that's up. We live on the internet. 2025. Keep your head up. Don't let this Diddy darkness destroy you. Don't let this Diddy darkness of destruction tarnish you. All right? Somebody school me, y'all. Who is Cherry Dennis, y'all? This is what I meant, how it was so much going on. This is why I'm asking y'all this. There you go, Danny girl. Cherry Dennis Rodman, y'all. So when I say they've been doing this, they've been doing this, they've been doing this. Why is it easy in hip-hop? The club is always dark. A celebrity on stage, you in the crowd, you ain't never gonna know. So when I told you this behavior been going on for so long, when I say you been getting pranked, we been getting pranked for so long. TV show everywhere, it been going on. So when I said, yo, who is Cherry Dennis? I never heard of this person. But I know what I assumed. So I wanted to confirm it before I say anything. And I want to see if anybody know about this person. She was a girl. Okay, I need more reference. All right, well, let's look at it because I don't know who this is. Okay, entertainment said that's not a transformer. The question is, do you have any proof? But we also do know Diddy will turn you into one. So that's why I say I don't know, because I don't know this person, so I asked y'all, so let's go. That's right there. Cherry Dennis, one of Diddy's peoples. Prank in the industry back then. I'm telling you, he was in charge of all that stuff. I'm telling you, man, I see it clear as day. He was in charge of the transition of the straight going into the rainbow era. He was the one to usher it in, y'all. That's why he was in charge of the gangster rappers. He was in charge of everything you see to this day. And it was going on back then, y'all. So I know what I get. I didn't want to be disrespectful. I didn't want to be wrong. Oh, no. No, that's your problem. You can't say that no more, y'all. I heard a voice and seen interviews. Yeah, no. Y'all, I'm going to tell you again, y'all. Your whole reality has been on a cell phone, internet. The way this shit work now, if you don't see in between legs, you don't see crotch, you don't know nothing. If you don't see that crotch, that you don't know nothing. It's that simple. If you don't see a print or bulge, you don't know nothing. That's how this shit work. Straight up. Because my point is, you can look at a straight woman, you might think it's a man. You can look at it don't matter. If you don't see between their legs, you don't know nothing. That's how it works. And I'm going to keep telling y'all, that's the biggest trick ever played. They've been pranking and tricking our people on stupid-ass TVs forever, y'all. One day I'm going to do a whole special and show y'all movies, TV shows, throughout the years, decades of them doing this stuff. These are facts, y'all. So this is what I want to prove to y'all. How our reality was books and TV screens, and that's your reality. See that? When you say, that's a woman, that's a woman. I'm not, no disrespect to you, but we got to talk about these things because we got to learn. I heard the voice and the interviews. That don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because the stuff I done seen, no. So remember that other day I told you I saw a woman with a full beard. It was a white woman with a full beard like Rick Ross. But talking, it sounded like you would think it was a feminine man. But when I listen enough, that's a woman. But looking, hell no, you ain't gonna know looking. Hell no. Because I'm talking about full beard, full everything, straight everything, suit and tie. You ain't gonna know nothing. Get it? If you don't see between them legs, you ain't gonna know. So anyway, Cherry Dennis, one of Diddy's people. And you can see what it is now because a lot of us know now by doing research at Diddy trial. The ones that is people, they've been raising up. Guess what? When I say flavor camps, some of those camps are used to raise up this behavior, y'all. Y'all didn't know that. See, you know about the phase of everybody getting sex changes recently. But in their world, they raise them up young and put them on medication young and raise them like that their whole life. That's why some of them look more, get it? Some of them are more women than others, get it? Because they were raised as women from teenagers, y'all. The proof is Dwayne Wade's son. That is the proof. How they will raise them early and put them on the medication early. And also let them see psychiatrists early. And they get the treatment and they are raised as women young. Those are the ones be walking around Hollywood and walking around that you ain't going to know the difference. Because they were actually raised feminine before they even was on hormone. You get it? They would take a hormone pills before the actual hormones kicked in. That's what I'm going to say. That one is right there. Because like I said, this is the shit Diddy was doing. But the rappers always knew. See that? Know how I knew? I looked at close up. You'll see the extra layers of paint, but you also will see the slight mustache. That's when I said, ladies, that's why this generation, y'all was growing to put on extra layers of paint, extra layers of makeup. Not just makeup, but layers of that shit, tones. No, the tones wasn't for y'all. Y'all supposed to have natural skin glow, and you didn't need the tones. Man, you didn't need the extra shit. You use toner. Cleansers, moisturizers, toners and shit. You know, shit like that. Pencils and pens and gloss. You ain't need layers of paint. They need layers of paint. They got facial hairs. All right? So what are we looking at? We're looking at how this behavior was always in the rap game. This is what the baby, y'all, the Astro Glide was all about, y'all. All right? Also, I can look at this person, Dennis Cherry, as somebody did use their freak offs. I can look at this person come around at the freak offs. I can look as a person did use the drill people. He used them to drill rappers, all right? Because the missing element to this whole case that nobody's getting, the number one thing is the men. Nobody said, yeah, where the hell the men at? Where the men abused at? No, that's the biggest secret of the whole thing. The men wasn't abused, they were willing to participate. You can see that right there, y'all. All right, so we're gonna go. Now we're gonna get proof of the pink stuff. Anybody didn't believe the pink stuff? Now on this channel, I've been talking about all that stuff. When people kept saying, in the baby, y'all, it's GHB, it's GHB, it's GHB. I said, no, it ain't that ain't GHB in there, man. They now release what's in it. Yeah. But now you get it. The pink Coke is not that. Pink Coca-Cola is not pink Coca-Cola. It's not, there's no Coca-Cola in it at all, y'all. It's straight hallucinogenic drugs. Family. The pink stuff is a mix of uppers and downers, y'all. The pink stuff makes them out of their mind. The pink stuff got keta in it, right? Ketamine, hallucinogenic. It got opioids in it, perks. It got meth in it, uppers, Molly, all in one with some other stuff. So that shit is straight uppers, downers, hallucinogenic. Uppers, downers. So I say, anybody who's on that pink stuff, out their mind, y'all. Out their mind, period. No ifs, ands about it. No, period. But the scary thing is, they were taking the pink stuff up until now. See, the pink stuff, we ain't getting none of that in court right now. We getting old stuff. The pink stuff is the hallucinogenic stuff where they did the most wickedry on. That's what y'all not getting. All right? So now you're going to get the full clarity of what that pink stuff is. Because now they're letting it be known. What is the pink stuff? The drug seized during Sean Diddy Combs' arrest that he had in his hotel room. To the last minute, he's still on the pink stuff. Now, the pink stuff is also, y'all, you got to get this part. It's the delusional drug that will also make a straight man dress up. That's what it does. The pink stuff is the drug that will make a man go down on himself and make a woman try to eat herself. That's what the pink stuff do. The pink stuff will make a woman try to hump a doorknob, all right? It'll make you jump out a window for no reason. That's what the pink stuff do, all right? Weird behavior. Psychotic. All right, to give you that background, then let's look at the facts. Let's go. So when you in the club on that pink stuff, you ain't gonna be able to know what's up. You do that's for that too. You on that pink stuff, 10 cross-dress all in the club. See how dark it is? All that's on purpose. Let's go. That's hip-hop. Dark clubs. It says right here, the first piece that was almost always seeing pink or pink Coca-Cola is ketamine. Bingo. A what? Disassociative drug. Something that makes people feel like they're detached from reality. A lunatic. Psycho. DEA agent Bill Bodner told ABC News, the second component is psychedelics, y'all. That's it. Psychedelics. Now you see why they rock stars? Sex, drugs, rock and roll. You got to do the rocks. And like they said, when you do E-pills, you be rolling. And they roll up blunts. They roll up everything. They rock and roll. You're going to get high, y'all. Let's go. It is, now look, both a depressant and a stimulant. Uppers, downers. See why they be depressed? And then they hype? They only hype when they're on drugs. They only hype when they're on uppers. If they don't get the uppers, they depressed. Up, down, weirdo. Bipolar. That's them. That's entertainers. On top of that, psychotic. depressant and stimulant, and sometimes doesn't even include cocaine. So let you know it ain't even no coke in the pink, stuff like that. Researchers have found it typically includes ketamine and can include MDMA, methamphetamine, opioids, or new psychoactive substances. So you got it clear now, y'all. Now you have the proof out of their mind. Out of their mind. They give you all of the stories. Now you got to think about all these men on these drugs. All these people on these damn drugs. Together at freak-offs. And nobody's leaving. Are you getting it now? When they said these fools be dealing with sacrifice and bloodshed and they're on psychological drugs. When they don't know the difference between family, you don't know age when you're on psychological drugs. When you on them drugs, they don't know sex. They don't know sex apart. They don't know a man from a female. No. They don't know that. They will hump a chair. They will do anything, y'all. It's that simple. Now you got all these people running around in one room, one house, on all the same fucking drugs. Willing participants, and then a percentage of people that got laced, don't even know they got laced. All in one spot. I get all this stuff real clear, y'all. Real clear. The stuff they was on, if you even sit and fix your face to take up for one of them, you gonna make an ass out yourself. Because they're not fucking humans. All right? They're not normal humans, guys. Now, if you ever met somebody that took pink stuff, then okay, I never did. I never had no friends who on pink stuff, mushrooms, none of that. I heard about what mushrooms do, but that pink stuff, I think that shit make you kill. I think that shit make you do stuff. Yeah, y'all. Pink stuff in a gun in somebody's hand, ain't no turning back. Now I can look at him for real. I know what he was doing. Look at him on his pink stuff, y'all. That's what that pink stuff make you do. You coming out the house like that. Now I know he was a joker. He was on that psychedelic shit. When he went to threaten people in Europe, psychedelic shit. No, ain't no telling what he did. I told you, in my opinion, he was screwing people with them outfits on. He was pistol whipping them with them outfits on. In my opinion, that's how he went to Kid Cudi's house. Just like that. All right? That's how I feel like he do his dirt. I feel like every time he do his real dirt, he put on a joke outfit. He put an outfit on. But it's really a disguise. Let's go. Because he know you ain't going to tell you got RIPE by Batman. You ain't going to tell that. Let's go. Diddy, there go a Diddy party. Right in your face. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. See that? Then I tell you they be in them fruity clubs. See the darkness? See the men always going to be in the back? That's right. Rainbow Club, y'all. So here you got it. The pink stuff has ketamine, MDMA, Molly, E-pills, meth, crystal meth, and opioids in it, and psychedelic stuff. You got it clear. A lawsuit filed by Combs' former producer, Rodney Jones, Little Rod, this to prove, alleged that Combs required all employees, from the butler, the chef, to the housekeepers, to walk around with a pouch of fanny pack filled with cocaine, GHB, X, marijuana gummies, and Tucci, a pink drug that is a combination of X and cocaine. The Tucci is what? The pink stuff. Do you see now why Lil Wayne would call himself Lil Tucci? Huh? Are you seeing some of these Hollywood secrets coming out? Now you see why Lil Wayne might have called himself Lil Tucci? Now you see why Lil Wayne damn near died? You see why Rick Ross damn near died? Are you seeing a pattern? Rick Ross almost died. Lil Wayne, but guess what? Maybe our stupid ass just thought it was lean. Maybe they was on that Tucci the whole time. See that? Bingo. Because the lean or the opioid is also mixed in it. I also know what's the proof, y'all, are the strokes. Well, if the drug make your heart go up and down drastically, that's the stroke part. Rick Ross, Lil Wayne. About to damn near doubt that pink stuff, y'all. Man, see, even the cocaine and leaf come from the earth. That pink stuff, that made in a laboratory. Even dope, even heroin come from the earth before it's processed. See, opioid is for the earth. But all that processed stuff, that's what making that other stuff crazy. See? Back in the ancient times, they can pick up a cocaine leaf and put it in their mouth and numb their toothache. They didn't have surgery back then. They just pulled the tooth out. But they gonna numb it first with that cocaine plant and then pull the teeth out their mouth, knock that shit out. That's what they did back in the day. But see, this generation, them people took that same plant and mixed it with some other shit and threw it in a pot with baking soda and made this shit called crack. And that would make your teeth come out for real. Get it? That shit made all your teeth come out. You ain't need no dentist with crack. See that? Your ancestors used cocaine for toothaches. In our era, they use crack to make your teeth fall out. It's called a crackhead. But as you see, Diddy also turns you into a crackhead, which is another thing you're not looking at, because that's how he takes over your soul, y'all. That when you leave him, guess what? You still a junkie. You're going to be a junkie. Family, if you was used to being around all the blunts you want every day, unlimited weed, and you say you live like that for 10 years straight, every day you was able to wake up, go in the kitchen, and pick out your favorite bud for 10 years straight. Never had no such thing as, ain't nobody got no more, somebody ran out. But now, all of a sudden, you ain't got that shit no more. Wherever you at, you wake up, and you don't see none of them flavors no more. You got to call the weed man. See how that shit different? When you got all the drugs, like a candy store, now you got to call the drug man, and your money's short. That's life after Diddy, man, because remember, that's one thing, too. You might get away from him, but you still might be a drug head after that. He got it set up where when you leave him, your mind going to stay with him. You ain't never going to be back right. We see the pattern. So you see the pattern. Look at her. Yesterday we spoke about Freddie P. No, either way, you're going to be a drug head. Something's going to be wrong with you. She claimed Diddy gave her alopecia and all that. No, it's called that guilt gave you alopecia. So let's go. Little Rod told us. What he told us. Everybody keep a fanny pack. This was my proof that this how Diddy going to set you up. Why everybody get a fanny pack? So when somebody ODs in a party, he's going to blame the chef. He's going to blame the cook. He's going to blame the housekeeper. That's how it works. You get it? What else are they showing you us in court? They're trying to illustrate his criminal behavior, how he used his company to be a worker. Later, you came to Diddy to be a chef. He got you selling drugs. Your green ass went to chef school. You told your parents, we're so proud of you. You made it. We're so happy you were a chef. You go work for this idiot. Because why? You love rap. You love hip hop. You could have been a chef for a major corporation. You could have been a chef at the Hilton. You could have been a chef on a rich ass cup. You want to work for Diddy, right? Guess what happened to you? You was a chef for Diddy. He turned your stupid ass to a drug dealer. He turned you into a pink cocaine dealer. Ma, I can't leave. How's everything going? I can't leave. How's the milk? Ma, he don't even eat the food. He don't want that shit. He got me selling drugs, mama. I can't even leave. And I'm on salary, ma. I got to stay a whole year. He turned you to a fucking drug dealer. You thought you were going to be serving plates of food. He got you holding the cocaine tray at the party. That's how Diddy going to do you, man. That's why they said it. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. It's going to be pink stuff. It's going to be all type of drugs. He going to slip trans on you. Now you see why they say that, right? His parties have left impressions on heart and souls, man. That's right. He turned your ass to a fucking drug dealer. See how he do you? He's a piece of shit, y'all. You went your whole life legit. You ain't do nothing wrong. You did everything right. Fucking with him. You thought you was going to be an accountant. You thought you were going to be a legitimate accountant, counting money. This fool got you making drug transactions, picking up drugs, counting the money. That's what he going to do to your ass. He going to have you serving plates or lines of blow. And meanwhile, you ain't never did this shit in your life. And he going to make you do the drugs. And when he finished with you, you going to be working at McDonald's. But you was a chef, you going to be fucked up. That's Diddy, man. He ain't shit. So I'm going to tell you straight up. His charges is a lot of stuff. He ruined a million lives. He ruined a lot. He ruined lives he never met of us. And then he ruined everybody's life around him, period. That's it. So let's go. So you got the proof, y'all. What's the major proof we're getting on? Inside his home. Little Rod was in his home. You got the proof. Little Rock gave us the details of how Diddy touches you and make you do drugs. His personal assistant, where was she at? In his house. She gave you personal detail. How he will make you do stuff, make you go with him, incriminate you, all of that. There's no such thing as telling you no. Telling him no, because Cassie told you that. There's no such thing as telling him no. So now you got the recipe on how any man in his house, how it went bad for their ass. You also got the proof to this day, no woman was forced to put on heels. This woman has told you no story about Diddy making her dress up and put on heels. You ain't get that from her neither, y'all. So who is he making put on heels? Who is he using all the brutal force against, y'all? Who is he using the muscle linebackers for? We'll leave that alone for now. We still have no proof on who all that Astroglide was used for yet. We'll leave that alone. Anyway, what's up, y'all? Shout out to everybody that's here. So now that you've been watching the Diddy trial, ladies, some of y'all been witnessing that you've been kidnapped. I told you before, all you got to do is say, I'm going to the store real quick, and you're going to know if you Cassie right now. The key word for kidnap is now Cassie. Are you Cassie? You might be. Bro, you Cassie too, bro. You can't leave the house neither, bro. Shut up. You the same one got to babysit, and later on, you better shut up. You can't go nowhere, bro. I dare you say you're going to the store. I dare you. A lot of y'all kidnapped. Because remember, when you train to take abuse, you don't even know what abuse is. That's how it works. You made light jokes about kidnapping and all that, but meanwhile, a lot of y'all didn't know y'all was kidnapped. It's the truth. I told you, man, if you want to know you're kidnapped, just say you're going somewhere real quick. You'll see. If somebody say, where you going at? Hold up. Let's go. So now you got the proof. He kidnaps you. He make you do drugs. Now, the details in this case is the real sauce. Miss Clark claimed that while working under the producer, she had no work-life balance. In her testimony, Clark recalled one instant when she met Diddy at his home in Miami, Florida in 2006. She said that after arriving at his residence, Diddy said to her, I don't care what goes on this weekend. You are not to leave this house. Bingo, told you. Let's get it. So we got to prove you're kidnapped. You're going to listen to him. That's for men. After she left Diddy's home for an hour, she reportedly received calls asking where she was and telling her to come back immediately. When she returned to his home, she claimed Diddy told her, see, your problem is you want a life. You can't have that here. All right? I can see him saying that because it's common sense. I know what time it is. If you watch over this man's money, if you are in this man's personal house, and you around this rich man with all these damn secrets, you damn right he owns your ass. That's how it works, period. Because it's called rulership. And I know he was the king of their ass, and he ruled over them. So when the king rules over you, he gonna tell you what to do. The thing is, in court, it gotta be played out as haha, stupid candy rap, dumb shit. But the truth is, he was the king of Black Hollywood. He was the king of all Black entertainers. When you heard about the king, there is none higher. He was the highest in this game. So that's why I said I know how this shit works. When you're around the king of this game, he rules over you. He's going to tell you what to do because in real life, when you're with the king, you don't just walk away from the king. That's why I said a lot of y'all just watch Game of Thrones. There's no such thing, the king talking or whatever. You had the king welcome you to his palace, and you just say one day, I'm about to leave. And then the king say, where the fuck they at? That's how it works in rulership. I get it clear as day. He ruled over them, everybody, from the top to the bottom. And when you don't leave till he said you leave, guess what, y'all? One of the most important things I'm about to show y'all right now, how you always got a choice, you always got a way out. I'm going to prove that today through Miss Capricorn Clark says something very important in court. Like I said, I just focus on the real detail. I don't do the spectacle shit. We're going to talk about it. Top of the top. What's up, Nappy Image? Now I'm about to drop a bomb on y'all real quick. Let's go. What up, y'all? Top of the top. Who up? All right, let's go. I'm just getting it together real quick. What's up, Brent? Hold up. I'm reading the chat, y'all. Everybody comment, appreciate it. It makes sense why these celebrities are going like milk before 60. Yeah. Now look, let's go, y'all. Now here's the important part right here. Now I'm going to show you. It's something I said. We're going to go through it. This is my proof too. Everybody around Diddy, they loved it. They loved him, and they kept coming back. I finally get to prove it to y'all. Let's go. First of all, that ain't it. And I swear it better be loaded up here because this is the part I want to really show y'all. All right, let's go. So look, being that she was in charge of his money, she had a lot of smoke. So if anybody don't know this as well, according to reports, Diddy has a staggering net worth of an estimated 400 million. See, he's down to 400 million. So y'all know now, ever since he's been in trouble, he lost 600 million. He's not a billionaire no more. And has been considered one of the richest rappers for several decades. Over the years, Diddy generated his fortune through a number of businesses endeavors, including his music, fashion businesses, his world-famous record label Bad Boy Records, his partnership with Ciroc Vodka, his role as a television producer for MTV's Making the Band. See, we spoke about that yesterday. When he was dealing with Making the Band, that's when he went Hollywood. That's when he was around Britney. That's where all that shit come from them right there. That's where the Ashton Kutcher pump. That's when all that stuff come in there right there. One of all of that. But remember, y'all remember this part too. We forget that part. Remember back then, BT was bought. And remember, BT and MTV became one. And then that's when Diddy also started taking over BT or doing the work. 106 and Parkmore. What was that? Bow Wow was on the show. Remember? Bow Wow took over. That's the time when Diddy was controlling it too. So Diddy is currently on trial and facing 5 charges across 3 federal indictments. So as of now, this woman's testimony with CASSIE, it does hold a little weight when it comes to that RICO. As far as give him that life sentence, it does hold weight, y'all. So let's go to this right here. It's a main part where she said that Diddy was going to kick her out the house. All right? Now, this part right here, she's saying about how Diddy said she couldn't leave. But it's another part she said, and I will load it up to confirm it. I like to confirm the facts. But she said in one part, y'all, what she said. Some of y'all that been on the case, y'all probably know. She said in the case, it was a situation where one of Diddy's workers in the house heard her talking shit about Diddy. Allegedly, she was in Florida talking shit. She was in the freak off talking shit. She was like, yo, basically talking shit how she can't stand this shit no more. And one of the workers went back and told Diddy. Guess what Diddy did? Allegedly, Diddy came to her, jacked her ass up, and said, bitch, if you don't like it, get the fuck out of my house. And dragged her to the door and threw her ass out the house. Which meant what? You got option. What I said the other day, I said, I'm the type Diddy ain't gonna like me anyway. I said, I know how to play him. You just gotta make him don't like your ass. I said, what? I'd rather be his enemy and I'm trying to get me and don't like me, then act like I'm his friend. He getting me. See, didn't I tell you that? When I said it's a way out of all this shit, only smart people know that. Then I tell you that with DMX, how you know how to spaz out. Certain people know how to get them off you. Because if I let it be clear, Diddy, I don't like your fucking ass. You ain't gonna want me around anyway. So if I let it be known, Diddy, I don't fucking like you, I'd rather you see the goons trying to kill me, and it's just gonna be like that then. But you ain't gonna have me. I'm trying to tell you that's how it works. So when you hear about abuse, it's because they kept coming back. If you don't hear no abuse, it's because they liked it. Because when she said what she said, and that man told her, Diddy said, get the fuck out of my house then. If you hate it here so much. Bingo. Simple. It's called a release. So let's go. So I know it. I'm gonna make sure I load that up too. If matter of fact, it might already be here, but I'll get to it. I like to prove stuff. A lot of y'all probably already know. Anybody been on top of this, y'all heard about when Diddy kicked ass out the house. So as you see, everybody's going to be incriminated. You're going to hold them drugs, and that lady incriminated. Why Misa Hilton showed up with a walker at ex-Diddy's sex trafficking trial. The people want to know, why did Diddy baby mother come with a walker when she was just at the show chilling the other day? Something like that. All right? No, it's called she's embarrassed and her ass breaking down. She's embarrassed. That's right. Because her son Justin all up in this. Why? Let's use our brain. Lady, your son was with this weirdo for years. Now it's coming out, all the freaky stuff they was doing. You also know your son was participating too. Common sense. She's embarrassed. Either that, or she got noodle legs. But she still got noodle legs because she embarrassed. She didn't want to go to court. No. They wanted all the shine. They don't want this guilt. So that's what it is. They're going to look at you like, Misa, y'all the ones that was with this bastard. All right? You laid down with this bastard. Y'all all looking fucked up. Misa like my damn grandmother, man. Look at her, man. Look at her chin. Nah, it's called stretch, bro. It's called goddamn Diddy affiliations. No. It's called when you let Diddy nut in you, it's going to end bad for your ass. Because Diddy's spirit all on you too, Misa. His spirit was all up in your ass. That's right. You got the proof, y'all. She's suing Mary J. Blige right now as we speak. Sounded to me like Misa's going to be doing bad, y'all. You can see it already. Legs going out, suing her best friend, Mary. Mary's supposed to be Justin's godmother on top of that. Suing your own God. Come on now. Nah, it's called they being destroyed, y'all. It's called they are imploding. So when I say this in regular world, people are going to be turning on each other. Just watch the rich. Cutthroat. What else is going to be cutthroat? They know Justin is a bad. They know if it all ended today, Justin going to be straight. Justin straight. Get it? Justin straight. You know damn well mama been living off Justin all these years. So let's go. But meanwhile, the truth is we don't know what's going to happen to all these kids. But you see that guy? That's a real Diddy supporter right there. You see him? What does hat say? Puff. So once again on the recap, the proof is all his real friends call him Puff. Told you right there, Puff. The people that love him call him Puff. All right? So now you see what? No rappers, no real supporters. Everybody scared, dealt with, tarnished, got dragged, abused, and put on heels. His real family can show their face with no shame. It's that simple. All right, that's that simple. All right, let's keep it going. Look at some more of the real shame in the real world. Let's go to this real world shame now, y'all. 23-year-old thug suspected of beating off-duty NYPD. Just to show you how the streets are going wild, it's going to be along some of what I said, and this all applies to the roundup. So I'm going to give you the update on these roundups and how society is folding, but it's not society. It's just one type of people. Robber slams woman, 63 years old, to the ground outside her Brooklyn home. What was he going to get from her at 63, y'all? What was he going to get from her? Who carries cash? It's called desperation. What else you didn't get? How so many new migrants came into the city, the country, everywhere, all over, plus the ones that was there were already starving. Huh? Can you see that right there? See? Common sense. What are you going to get from a 63-year-old woman? It's not the first of the month. What are you going to get? No, this is desperation of lunatics. When you so loony, you don't even know that this common fucking thought of you're not getting nothing of an old woman, period. It also proves that he's a punk. He don't got the heart to rob nobody else. But I told you this was going to be going on. A lot of punks running around, y'all. A lot of them are punks. They never know how to make money. They can't take care of themselves. It ain't no fucking jobs. And they're going to starve. And guess what? It's a trap set for all of them to go to jail. But another one that I want to show you. I'm going to show you that criminal element, that criminal look, that criminal outfit. That criminal outfit, that criminal designer look, that design of a criminal look, that criminal behavior is always going to be illustrated through the criminal look. So let me keep showing you how in the end they made them become predators. Here's the proof. He was a predator on that old lady. He was watching. He was scamming. He was following. But that could have been somebody's grandmother, somebody's mother. See that? It shows you, man. This is where we're at as humans. But you tell me how it was already written that they knew in the last day people be so broke and desperate that they will start to turn each other, destroy each other, and they'll be literally walking around looking like bums. Whoever thought that? But if you would have saw a movie back in the day, if you would have been on point with a lot of shit, instead of being so rebellious, you would have known that one day you was going to be surviving the game and you was going to be the target because you're the predator and the prey. You see this guy? He's the predator. But now he's on the run. He's the prey now. They're going to get his ass, hunt him down. Huh? See how they hunted him down? Hunt him down like prey. Same way they used to tie up animals when they on surviving the game. You the game now. Let me show you how in 1994, it was a movie put out that one day y'all all going to be rebellious spirits, criminals, low-level society individuals. When this movie came out, brothers had fresh haircuts. You had braids. You had dreads. Dreads were only worn by rosters that studied the Bible, scripture, period. Follow the Bible, period. Real dread Christian. That was it. Brothers had braids. They kept their braids done, but braids always represented jail, always. Fresh haircuts always represented decent human being, job, maybe go to church, maybe religious, maybe Islamic, whatever. Church, or put it like this, haircut always meant clean. You just think Nation of Islam. You just think church. Always meant that. But you're going to see how this was made in 94, but you ask me why 2025. This how everybody look now. Huh? Surviving the game. Y'all going to be the predators. These are all recent lockups. Mind you, when this movie was out, y'all, nobody was walking around with them hairstyles like that unless you was a true Rasta. If you're dressed like that back then, 9 times out of 10, you were straight from Jamaica. 9 times out of 10. But the rappers, hip-hop made it a look, and it became a criminal look. So when I told you, it used to mean Rasta, not no more, unless you're a true Rasta man. No, they made it. You know what a criminal look mean? When you see that look, get him. When you see that look, 9 times out of 10, he smoked weed, got a gun in the car. See that? When I told you it was a program, y'all all going to jail, y'all all going to be finished. It was from a movie called Survivor the Game and Demolition. One day, y'all will not be around no more. But you didn't know crime was going to be the bait, the biggest cheese trap ever set to get rid of all of y'all. But it was sung to the world through rap music that you believed. That's all it was. Anybody just, if you only looked at rap as music, that's what you were supposed to do. If it was just entertainment, that's it. Once people started believing the shit, trying to be like the rapper, look like the rapper, do what the rapper say in the song, live like the rapper, all this shit, here's what you got. When I tell you 2/3 of the population will be erased, when I say there's no more such thing as the hood, I'm going to just keep giving you the proof. Because it was a program, y'all. So now I want you to answer me one question. Why is it a coincidence everybody locked up look the same? And why all of them look like zesty punks? Because they turn them into zesty punks. They were following zesty punk rappers. So when they go to jail, they already look like punks. Huh? Told y'all already. Program. Get their ass out of here. This is called mass lockup all over America. This happening. When you come outside and you don't see a lot of them people no more, it's not by mistake. Remember the time you see mad people on the block, on the street? Remember you went to get gas, it was so packed. Remember you went to go to the store, people in there playing lotto numbers, shit just packed, and we go to pack. You know that you don't see that no more, do you? That you ain't get. The whole time we've been in the house, all the way up until now, it's been a lot of roundups. And this got nothing to do with the flood outs. This got nothing to do with the snowstorms, the earthquakes. It's been roundups, y'all. Think about all the people you know, never worked a job, never had a resume, believe every lyric, thought they were going to be a drug dealer for the rest of their life, thought they was going to get the bag, huh? Thought they were going to shoot this one, shoot that one. Look at it. Look at how they all believe a lie, y'all. Look at how only one people follow a fake-ass life, but you ain't looking at. That's a lot of dead people you looking at. Those are people that won't be producing nothing no time soon out their loins. It's called a wipeout. Huh? You kept talking to me about slavery. Let's keep going. See the majority? You see one white fish, right? Guess who population has been decreasing by volunteer? Guess who been doing volunteer work on their own self to disappear? No. Told you it's all Diddy trial. When it's said and done, all y'all gonna be gone. Anybody down there rap shit? Told you, man, this for all y'all. Don't they all look like zesty punks, right? All of them. They're already going to jail with their head twisted. They had no clue what world they was in. They had no clue when you go to jail, that bald head means masculine. They didn't know that. They didn't know that. They didn't know they were set up when they go to jail. They so attached with their hair, they're going to cut it. They're going to want somebody to do it for them. They already grown to get their hair done. They didn't know that. They didn't know that long hair meant feminine. They didn't know that because everything they loved was taught to them as a style. But the book told you what it was about long hair. That's right. You like long hair, nothing wrong with that. That's your preference. But just know long hair means feminine. That's all it is. Why you think women, if they want to be masculine, they're going to cut their hair bald, straight up, let you know she's masculine. Or she's showing her masculinity. She's confident in cutting her hair off. Masculine. That's what it means. You guys are backwards. So you're going to go to jail. Nobody got to make you get your hair braided. Nobody got to make you grow your hair out. Y'all were getting grown to be fruity punks. Here's Chopper, one of Diddy's victims, y'all. One of Diddy's victims. Why did I post Diddy? Why did I post Chopper? Did I know Chopper was getting on Kid Cudi, y'all? Chopper is attacking Kid Cudi, y'all. Because Chopper don't know that we know Diddy put the rod on his ass. He liked it. Why we know that? Chopper was the last one to leave Bad Boy after making of the band. Y'all say it was over 2009. That's when Chopper left. He was there from the whole time. We also looked at back in the day a picture when he was around Mr. C. Kevin. I pulled up one picture. He was around 3 people accused of sexual allegations right now. Even though Chopper went to jail for the same exact thing Diddy charged with. Sex trafficking. He was sex trafficking on black women. Yes, he was. But he's still going to sit on platforms and run his mouth. Because Chopper don't know. I know he like pink dildos. So he's on the platform, his washed up bum ass, talking about Kid Cudi. But the thing that shocked me, he was dissing Kid Cudi, which proves, even the last day, see how much Diddy got them trained? He still won't go against Diddy to this day. That's your proof what Diddy did his ass. That's your proof what Diddy did all the rappers' ass. Because the rappers, they don't even want to say Puff no more. See? He said what Kid Cudi did, that was a weak move. Art of dialogue, I keep telling you, these idiots ruin your platform. A lot of people said they don't respect Chopper or Freddie P. Those are clowns. Straight clowns. Straight clowns. And Chopper's a human trafficker. This nigga was supposed to have like 20 years in jail, y'all. He worked the deal out. MTV, making a band. Chopper arrested for sex trafficking. Fool's supposed to have, I told you, I don't forget nothing. I told y'all listen to idiots. I told y'all listen to dummies. Nigga did the same exact thing Diddy in trouble for right now. You know he worked the deal out. Guess what? He probably told about the abuse behind the scenes on paperwork. He was also part of the team. But he wants to sit in my face. Guess what? I don't acknowledge none of that making the band shit because that wasn't nothing. That was Diddy playing around with minors. I also know something else, Chopper. I'm going to assume Farnsworth Bentley funded your ass too. Why was you in New York for Louisiana? Now you see why Diddy said, Boosie said it, just left New York City, hooked up with P.Diddy, because you ain't looking at Chopper and Lil Boosie from the same city. And you ain't looking at it like maybe Boosie knew him through Chopper. Let's go. What's up, Anna? Thank you very much. I can't believe it's hump day already, y'all. I cannot believe it's Wednesday that quick, but I ain't mad. Everything flowing. My main thing I'm telling people, this is entertainment. Don't get depressed by this shit. Don't get wrapped up. Don't get worked up. Don't get mad. Don't be arguing. Enjoy the fucking show. This is the last show you're going to get. This is the last live entertainment you're going to get anytime soon, y'all. I'm telling you right now. Also, it's embarrassment. Also, it's a disgrace. But guess what? When it's all over, should it be sunny again? Then maybe somebody creates some new fire-ass music with no words on the shit, just beats. Anyway, I don't want to hear nobody's mouth no more. All right? So Chopper, shut up, bro. You just like them. See that? A punk. This is the look of the black punk now. The fake-ass criminal. They don't know shit. This also put a generation. Y'all became a TV show of America's dumbest criminals. Because before that TV show came out, there was no such thing as this many people getting locked up at once. Nope. Y'all the face of failure, the face of dummies, because y'all listen to dummies. Here's my proof. Chicago influenced the world. They had the whole world looking like they ass. They all dummies. They all went to jail. Because they didn't know on the South Side, that's all they ever going to do is die, go to jail. So they just kept it going, but you didn't know that shit come out a goddamn storyline. When I tell you your life is scripted, here's the proof. Hollywood wrote y'all story. We're going to put all this fly shit on TV. We're going to put all this fly shit in movies. We're going to put all this good shit in movies. And you are the dummies going to try to do it in real life. Plus, y'all already grown to watch jail shows your whole life. You know every jail movie. You know every jail movie by heart, right? Okay. You know every jail story, right? When you get locked up, you know exactly what to do, right? All right. Well, here's your chance to be a superstar in jail. All right? This time you come home and ain't going to be no stories. Also, when y'all come home, y'all neighborhood gone too. Neighborhood's gone. Y'all ain't gonna have shit when y'all get out, if you get out and when you get out. These are the facts. All right? These are also now what? All the deadbeat fathers. All this mean what? Fatherless children. Y'all ain't looking at that. Every one of them locked up, household ruined. Baby mama ruined. Baby ruined. Every face. See how it going to thousands now, right? That shit going to thousands, right? No, it's called evaporation. You're going to say something about extinction. All right, so now you get it, right? No, it's all together. Because as Diddy's getting clowned in court behind the scenes, they all going to jail. Right here. Deal update, drug roundups. Deputies make arrests after finding 9 pounds of fentanyl during traffic stop. 9 pounds. Wow. Oh, shit. All right, 9 pounds. You know how much death that is? How much money that was? 9 kilos. More than that. Police arrest man sees fatty and coke in multi-agency raid. Major drug arrest uncovers thousands of suspected fentanyl dealers. Atlanta Beach woman charged with manslaughter and fatal fentanyl overdose. What she do? Sold fatty to somebody, their ass died. All their ass getting life. All of them. So now you see how this applies to everything? Because everybody that was dealing with drugs, 9 times out of 10, they listen to rap. So when I told you, anybody down with that rap shit, your days are up. This is what I meant. You clearly see these niggas listen to rap. He's going to jail as a gangster with orange hair tied up, y'all. But if he was into this channel, I told him about that punk rock 2 years ago where it all come from. So now you can see when rap turned into partying like a rock star, that's when all the real hip-hop heads were supposed to get mad and protest. Because when they say party like a rock star, y'all, that's when they officially infused rock and roll, what you would call white boy music, into rap. And then you seen what? They start cutting their hair. They start wearing chokers, tight-ass clothes, distressed clothes. But I knew that come from punk rock, rock and roll. I knew everything come from. When everybody started wearing, you started seeing black guys with tight T-shirts and tight jeans. Or what we would call graphic tees and jeans. That's white boy. Talking about. I watched it get infused, but they did it in Atlanta because Atlanta was the home of followers. So when they went to rock and roll, they mixed rock and roll with rap in Atlanta because they knew Atlanta, to tell you the truth, they couldn't rap like that. Y'all was Laffy Taffy. Y'all was rapping, but they came down there and made up their own culture. We're going to mix rap with rock and roll. That's what they did. And you're going to see after party like a rock star. What happened? Jim Jones started wearing rock and roll shit, right? Huh? Skull Gang. No, they were dressing like, if you really want to know about that Skull Gang, y'all, that was black people being culture vultures stealing rock and roll shit. That's what Jim Jones and Jewels and them did with that whole Skull Gang shit. No, y'all stole rock and roll culture, fool. It was just new to blacks. That's all they did. With the belts, the tees, that was all rock and roll shit, white people shit. That's when it had crossed over to rock and roll. So now you get the result of when rap crossed over to rock and roll. That's this. That's why I say they became freaks and weirdos and punks. Because that's what rock and roll is. Punk rock. Punk rock meant bisexual rock and rollers. Period. That's why I say you got to turn into punk rockers. All right? You see that bang? Like I told you, she didn't know what that bang meant. That bang, the hippies wore that bang. So what I'm telling you, y'all all got turned to criminals. This is why it was important for you to hate the flag. This is why it was important for you to go against the grain and put in your mind you're going to be a big drug dealer. But somehow you had so much proof throughout years and decades and decades and decades and decades and decades that drug dealer shit ain't going to work. But in 2025, they still believe the shit, y'all. They believe in fairy tales. They believe in the boogeyman. They believe in fake-ass success stories. Here's the proof. So when I said they're done with a particular people, here's the proof. When it is said that they can prove it through education. Hey, y'all, today's the National Spelling Bee. You want to know the truth? You catch the National Spelling Bee today, and you're going to see who the smartest in the world right now today. And you're going to see who the face of failure. Huh? You're going to see who's the face of failure. Because the shit went too far. That's what Diddy represent. Went too fucking far. These people were selling fentanyl death. They didn't care if anybody died. They didn't care about none of that shit. So, y'all, they all got set up. I can look at their face and know they all did the PPP loan. How hard is it to figure out? No. This is what's happening. It's called the end of a particular era. And I'm going to leave it at that. Hopefully, a lot of y'all getting this. And you're going to see it's no glory, y'all. It's just this one thing of these people so down and dirty. And that's all we got. I can't get no good news. I be trying to find it. But this all you got. So we're going to do a recap on this. All right? Because Diddy is the influencer. What? He's the original bad boy, right? All right. It's not a coincidence. I was raised off his music. Ain't no coincidence. Everybody was raised off his music. Ain't no coincidence. Every rapper some way try to look like Diddy because everybody got Diddy in them. The difference is I left this stuff alone a long time ago. All right? I've been doing homework and I finally got my results. That's all it is. Which gave me what? A peace of mind. I'm straight. What? Because I knew it was a lie. So the people that couldn't accept it's a lie, they the ones gonna have the most problems with this shit. Even CASSIE had to figure out it's a lie. Why you think so many celebrities got to that point where they said they don't even want to do music no more? They be like, man, forget that. Because once they peep game of the truth, you'll see. Like I said about CIARA and the rest of them, it's some of them that know they don't even care about that shit no more. Because they know they tired of the political stuff. Guess what else they got? Guess what else CIARA got tired of? Them damn freak offs. They were freaking off on her too. The black woman get freaked off on at the freak off, y'all. Lizzo, Doja Cat, and them, especially Lizzo. All of them, man. That's what happens. And some of them get tired of. That's another. You'll see CIARA keep pumping out them baby. CIARA don't want to go back to where she want to be back around that stuff, y'all. That's why she keep pumping them babies out. Now look at all the babies CIARA had, and look at how long that was able to keep her away from all the mother. You get said they kept away from the ass. Told you some of them know how to do it, but you gotta watch. You see Eve. We spoke about Eve. How she get away from the game. You see what she did. You seen what Janet did to get away from the game. Always see get away from the ass. Get away from that American shit. They know the smart ones know how to get away. But the woman, they know that shit, bro. They're going to be the ones get humped on because they the Jezebels. You're not married. Come on, girl. You fair game. See that? And what else? She came through, goddammit, Missy and them. So I know what they did to her. All right? So Kanye spazzing out, but don't forget Kid Cudi's his best friend, and Kid Cudi and Kanye and Diddy, all of them was around at the same time together. All right? So that's why I think this is a lover's quarrel going bad with Cassie. Cassie is dropping the baby, y'all, allegedly. All right? She's in the hospital. She went to the labor unit. We might hear she got the baby today. Meanwhile, Diddy's in court like a cartoon character. His baby mother out here looking bad. His baby mother stressing, y'all. He put 10 years on his baby mother as soon as he got charged. She got a walker. You mean to tell me Diddy's mother don't got a walker, but his baby mother got a walker? Come on, man. Misa, stop this shit. Either you really messed up or you got noodle legs and you ain't want to go to court and you need a walker. Plus, some of y'all probably be in court pooting on yourself. Y'all old now. All right? You see her, right? Life of the Diddy. So she claimed Diddy made her ride shotgun, hold a pistol, knock on Kid Cudi's door. Diddy allegedly kicked in the room, kicked in the house, and said, call Kid Cudi on the phone. And she was a full accessory. But in court, her defense is, he made me do it. Sean Diddy Combs' ex-assistant Capricorn Clark testified at his trial. Let's speed it up. All right. She said Combs made her go with him to see Kid Cudi to take him out for dating Cassie. She also claims or described death threats over missing jewelry after being pushed by Combs. All right. So don't forget this part. She's not only a former assistant, she was also a top executive to Sean Diddy Combs, tearfully told a Manhattan jury. She told the jury yesterday in tears, but this was part I didn't want to brush over. She was a top executive. So I want you to also see how they can come back years later, play a petty ass role. Meanwhile, she had a very important role, which means Diddy had a lot of trust in her, which means she had to know about a lot of stuff. And that's all here. Top executive. He really trusts her. She down with team. Remember this. They trust the exec. They trust. See, he gonna trust her more than any artist. That's how it works. They trust them executives like that more than anybody. Period. Because he gonna trust her to watch Cassie and everybody else ass. Watch their ass. I tell Cassie don't go nowhere. All right, whatever it is. That's how it works. That's her job. She was a witch that watched over Cassie ass. That's about it. So let's go. So Diddy came in the house. Let's go. You're gonna be robbing. And they went looking for Kid Cudi. Capricorn Clark, the former music tycoon employee, testified at Combs sex trafficking and racketeering trial that Combs was furious with her for keeping him in the dark about Cassie Ventura 2011 relationship. Let's go. Cudi briefly that year she dated, okay, who dated on and off for a decade. So that's what I said earlier. This is a recap. What the hell is dating somebody off and on for 10 years? 11 years. So I'm going to speed it up for y'all. The way I'm looking at it like this. If she did not buy that phone for Cassie, Cassie wouldn't have gotten in that trouble. The question is, did she tell on Cassie? You also have the major proof you need if anybody don't get this proof. If she didn't take Cassie to Best Buy to buy the phone, Cassie couldn't even go do nothing by herself on her own. So that's your proof Diddy treated her like a slave, period. So if you got somebody against their will and they can't do shit on their own, they need an overseer, but when it's time for them to participate in sex acts, they free. All right then. I don't got to say nothing else. Y'all got the proof. You got it clear. This was an operation that went on for 30 years. Guess what happened, y'all? The same thing she did. Guess who did it first? Guess who did all this work first? Misa. She's the founder of Bad Boy, y'all. All you got to know, when you think Biggie, Little Kim, Mary J. Blige, you think her. Because she's right there. She's the one behind all of that. She's the one pick out their clothes. She's the one, you know what I'm saying? She helped him build Bad Boy. That's why this killing her. Know why this killing them too? Are you stupid? You don't think they was sold a dream that one day Justin gonna run bad boy? You know that, y'all. That's why she looked like that. That's why they hurt. That's why they finished. You don't think she thought one day her son was gonna run the empire? Empire's in shame now, y'all. The empire destroyed. His legacy is destroyed. Because when you got that money like them, it's about that legacy. His legacy is destroyed. Period. Won't no legacy get passed down to him, y'all. Don't get it twisted. That's what this about. Hold up. Gave them their image, even Puff. Yup. What up? What up, King Nimrod? What's up? Makes no sense to take Cat with him to Cuddy, okay, house. When he was linebackers on his paper. Hold on, okay, hold on. No, you got to get it clear, y'all. See, this is what happened. That lady Capricorn was incriminated because she had something to do with it. It's called, you told Cassie, you helped Cassie get that phone, right? Why? I'm going to say that you knew that Cassie was getting that phone to talk to Kid Cudi. So since you knew Cassie was cheating on me with Kid Cudi, now you going to call me to Kid Cudi house because you the one that told me about the shit anyway. So now you in it, right? Okay, then. You was with her cheating on me, right? So now let's go. That's how you roll. No, the goons ain't for that. See? You got when you see a lot of y'all, right? But I'm gonna tell you, when you understand how Diddy works, when you don't just look at it like you or why you do this? What? No, he's a psycho. When you understand, when you're around him, you're going to get dirty. He's going to make you dirty. You'll get him clear, y'all. He's going to make, no, just because, bitch, you've been around me, and so you got dirt. I'm Diddy. You got dirt on me, lady. You ain't going to make, yo, y'all not going to make no suck out of me. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You got to understand his works. He takes shit personal. So y'all try to play me like a bozo, huh? Y'all both play me like a fucking clown. So you basically would drive her to the hotel to meet Kid Cudi, huh? You the one in on this shit too. So now you're going to get this dirt with, come on, let's go. That's him. Why? You handle my money. I trust you handle my money. You around me, but you help. Okay then. So you with this shit too. Let's go. That's how he worked. Because in his mind, this ain't got nothing to do with the bodyguard. This between me and you. Come on, let's go. When I said, when you with him, this what happens. J-Lo showed you that. She just went to the club with him to chill. She got in trouble, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's who he is. So that's why I say a lot of y'all, you don't understand people, humans, and life situations. When you look at shit outside of yourself, you'll get it. But this also show you how many people that's naive end up what? Spanked, missing, out of here, poisoned, laced. They naive, y'all. They don't even understand how it is to be around certain type of people. When you understand these rich people like that at this time, a rich tyrant like him, that's why they say, once you go in his house, that was a consensual choice, going to that man's house. If you never met Diddy a day in your life, but you heard Cat Williams' story, you heard how Cat Williams told you about the jokes or the freak offs, so you know if you ever got invited to a mansion with them, you already know what's going to happen. You know how the shit go down. The same way, you know, if you go to a hip-hop club, you might get shot outside. That's nothing new, right? If you went to a hip-hop club and there was a fight inside, would that surprise you? Nope. All right, then. That's for some people. Now, if you went to a hip-hop club and something happened and you was like, oh, my God, I don't believe this, then you're crazy because something's going to happen. Or if it don't, it was a good day. That's how it worked. But in their world, something bad always going to happen because that's just what it is. Plus, he's a shit starter. So that situation with the gold, the diamonds that went missing, in my opinion, he used that to torture her because she said her and Diddy went to Jersey together. The jewelry was in her pocketbook and then it ended up missing. It was also said the jewelry was rented by Jacob the jeweler. I meant to show that to y'all too. Diddy was renting jewelry to give you the proof that what? Rappers rent jewelry. Even though he had money, he still rent jewelry because he was just smart like that. All rappers rent jewelry. They were renting to this day. And they were doing promotion. But she had some jewelry from Jacob the jeweler that Jacob let Diddy hold. Or Diddy could also been on some old school shit, lied and said it got stolen. You know what I'm saying? He's a lying and trickster. Diddy the type, I don't believe nothing he say. So I'm going to say two ways. Either he was trying to torment her ass. Where the damn jury at? All right? Going in that room. What he had her doing? Lie detector test. She failing. What they telling her? You need to calm down, get yourself together, because if you fail this test, you're going in the river. Straight up. So what they do? Told her go in the room 5 days straight. Get it right. After that, they say Diddy act like nothing ever happened. All right, what that mean? He was tormenting her ass, right? Thank you, Toy. He was torturing her, playing mind games. Also, running game on Jacob the jeweler. Jacob let him hold the jewelry. Somebody stole it, bro. I can't find it. Bingo. Robbed Jacob the jeweler too. So he's a scammer and a shyster. Because remember, back then, he wasn't a billionaire. So when I said he did a lot to get where he at, he could have got all his money from damn extortion. And that's what this about. Extortion. It's just taking stuff. You can't touch him anyway. So she had to testify, y'all, because she was a helper. Plus, don't get it twisted. You know damn well Cassie told on her ass too. Everything must be revealed. So everything gonna come out. So once again, what do we see the pattern of? You got to prove. The women are in court looking Diddy in his face. But you're going to see the men are sitting on YouTube platforms running their mouth. Huh? Who's that? A victim from making out a band. Chopper, a victim of Diddy. And if he ain't a victim, excuse me, he's a willing participant. That's about it. Thank you, Toy. All right? He's a willing participant. Which one is it? Let's take a vote. Is Chopper a victim or a willing participant? It's very, very simple. And if he's a victim, why he didn't get his payout? Why is he on Art of Dialogue? Why is he even not decent enough to say, you know what? I'm not going to do no interviews till after the trial over with. Why ain't say that? And why is he doing interviews dissing Kid Cudi? Meanwhile, this lady in court scared of her life crying because she had to go do some dirt on Kid Cudi. And he over there dissing Kid Cudi. So which one is it, y'all? What side is Chopper on? Huh? No, I know what happened to him. Willing participant, bro. You know what I mean? They all flipped out. Told you already, man. Don't they all look abused? Don't they all look damaged? Don't they all look damaged for their age? That's what they are. They love dildos now, y'all. That's right. So he's basically on Diddy's side. That's basically what he's doing. And then you'll see he loves Diddy so much. Because I told you, once Diddy sticks his rod on you, it's a little bit of Diddy in everybody. See that? Here's Chopper. Making of the band Chopper. Arrested for sex trafficking. That was 2022. His ass supposed to have about 15, 20 years. I don't got to ask what Chopper did to come home. I already know already. All right? Meanwhile, Chopper, let me find out you snitched on Diddy and you're playing it off trying to tell on Kid Cudi. You need to stop it, bro. Why don't you guys disappear? You also got the proof you have no more content after this is over. How you know that? All you got left is Freddie P and Chopper and Gene Deal, the bodyguard. Gene Dillon, the entertainer, he's a bodyguard. Guess what? You mean to tell me the bodyguard get the best interviews? Yep. Why? Everybody else is compromised. That's why. Huh? That's why the bodyguard can tell you shit because Diddy ain't run his ass. That's why. The bodyguard can tell you everything because Diddy ain't punk his ass. You still ain't figured out yet? How come the best person to tell you some of the best interesting shit about Diddy is the damn bodyguards? What about R.J. Bond? He tell you a lot too, right? The bodyguard wasn't scared of Diddy because Diddy needed dinner to wash his back. The bodyguard saw Diddy crying. The bodyguard saw Diddy pee on himself. The bodyguard saw Diddy toss and turn in bed because he can't sleep. The bodyguard saw Diddy peeking out a window. They know Diddy's status. But everybody else still scared of Diddy to this day. That's why you only seen Jane Deal and Roger Bond talk the most shit about, just tell you anything, period. No, the men scared as fuck. Especially when you know he got them cameras, he got tapes, he got film. They know what's up. No, they look abused and ragged. And plus, Chopper, you was always a fake-ass Lil Wayne, nigga. A fake Lil Wayne. Why? When Lil Wayne started winning, he went and got a fake-ass Chopper. Lil Wayne from Louisiana. This fool from Baton Rouge. He's a knockoff Lil Wayne. Here's the proof. All right? No. So when you heard about the apple don't fall far from the tree Is it a coincidence he got locked up for the same exact thing Diddy was doing? He might have been doing worse. Why? He had all women. He was on a run from Vegas. He got caught in Maryland. Huh? He was using his fame, his little bit of chopper rap ass fame, because they know fans love rappers. Fans love rappers. So they say he was using his fame to pimp women. His bum ass fame, but he's a bum. He got hoe. He was a hoe. He turned out black women, y'all. That's what he did. Fuck Chopper. Why? Because Chopper's a chopper, you know what. All right? So we're going to leave it at that. Chopper. Here go your homies, Chopper. You supposed to be in jail, but you told, Chopper, because y'all from the generation of punks. See that? Weirdos. All y'all weirdos. On that note, we out of here, bro. We'll leave it at that, Chopper. All right? So it's a little bit of Diddy and everybody. It's a little bit of Young Thug. All right? You see a little bit of YFN Lucci. You're going to see a little bit in all of them. See how simple it is? They got brainwashed. They had no clue. White man made a movie a long time ago. One day y'all all gonna look like that. And y'all all gonna be criminals. It's called surviving the game. Huh? But you didn't know you was the game. Don't they call, when you go hunting, they call that game? You didn't know that you was the game. And your whole life gonna be a game. But you didn't know when you kept looking a certain way getting pulled over, it wasn't because you were black. It was because you kept looking like that. That's why. And it was called what? Fair game. It was said what? You got tricked to being a savage and looking like an animal. So that's why you was fair game. You was fair game as an animal because these images that you portray of doing all this savagery, killing, murder, slaughter, and being proud of it. So you got labeled as a savage and an animal. So in the real world, when they see a savage or animal, they can say, get him. That's the game. That's game right there. Get him. That's what they was doing, y'all. You called it stop and frisk. You called it, why they put me over for? No, it's called, you look like a killer. You look like a murderer. You look like you up to no good. Matter of fact, every time we see one of y'all up to no fucking good. Here's the proof. So this is also how, when you keep repeating a lie, it becomes the truth. People was lying on you so goddamn long, it became the truth. When they said 100 years ago, you the face of crime, y'all the biggest criminals and the biggest everything dirty than that, that's y'all. It was a lie, Craig. But what happened was the lie became the truth because they believed the shit. Because the lie was told to them through rap music. So they believed it. They believed they were everything the damn music told them, y'all, and they followed it. Now you see why it's called a Pied Piper? The Pied Piper played the drum machine. The Pied Piper plays the music on Apple. The Pied Piper got streaming platforms. And you are the children that follow. But you didn't know you're going straight to a cell, a.k.a. you're going straight to hell, off the cliff. The Pied Piper. Told you, man. Pied Piper don't just touch on you. Pied Piper don't even want some of y'all ass. Pied Piper wants you out of here. Getting it clear? Who's next? Just know by the time Diddy get this shit over with, just know everything going to be different. Because these lockups is not stopping. And I'm tired of talking about this dark shit. One question, who is Dennis Cherry? Who is Dennis Cherry? And why was Diddy bringing Dennis Cherry to the club and to the freak-offs? Who is this? Please, somebody tell me, who is Dennis Cherry? I get it very clear. No, not Dennis Cherry, Cherry Dennis, but Dennis is a cherry. One of the both, it's both together, all right? It's all in my face. Well, look, Cherry Dennis, Fruity Dennis, it's all, I get it clear now, Diddy. I get your shit, bro. I get it clear as day. And I see that damn mustache. So on that note, Diddy was slick. He's a prankster, y'all. He was pranking rappers forever. He been pranking people. You see it clear as day. So now you got the clue. This man will slip a cross-dresser on you so fast. What's his pattern? He'll slip a cross-dresser on you and slip something in your drink. But he really gonna slip something in your drink so you won't know that's a cross-dresser. He's slipping on you. See that? Slip and slide. Mr. Astroglide himself, the goddamn slickster. From the beginning, then I always called Diddy a shiny. Okay, he's a slick, slippery bastard, and you don't hang with people like that. Period. Slipper. See? Now, what else? He going to say, go in the room. Look who's going to be in the room. That's his game. That's the game he plays, y'all. But guess what? Pictures involved. Setting you up. This fool might have had 100 of these in the cut. He can call up any day. Pull up. Come to the free call. Set your ass up. How we know that? Also, Meek Mill's birthday, they was in a party. That's it. So now y'all know. What else y'all know? The pink coke is a hallucinated drug. So you go to the party. There's people in there. It's dark. You hallucinating, bro. He got your ass. That's Diddy. He only had to trick you because you kept saying you ain't with that stuff. So being that you ain't with that stuff, he had ways to trick people. That's it. Cherry Dennis. But I think he also used Cherry to pop rappers cherry. Yeah, I think he also used this person as a human drill machine. Get it? A power drill. Yeah, I think he also kept them around to be power drillers. So we're going to leave it at that. All right? On that note, we're going to get out of here. Enough of this dark, nasty, dirty filth. I ain't even going hard today. We're going to leave this alone. It's corny. It's boring. Sorry, y'all. I'll have some better stuff later. Members, I got some shit later. Now, remember when I said certain things? Your life is scripted. You got to just pay attention to the next episode I got coming. Your life is scripted. I'm going to prove, and I ain't got to prove nothing, but an episode came on the Parkers yesterday. Guess what episode came on? Where they were dressed up like hippies and Black Panthers. So I'm going to get the proof out what I said last week about the Black Panthers and hippies always been together. It always been in your face. I'm going to prove it today on Your Life is Scripted. Y'all stay tuned. On that note, y'all enjoy y'all day. We're going to get up out of here, all right? Can't believe tomorrow Thursday, but once again, we out. One. What's up, Sister T, Inca, Dramatic? What's up, Smoke? That's right. The world is like the Truman Show. That movie is another movie that woke me up too. I suggest people watch that movie, The Truman Show. That was one of the main movies. And guess what? The Truman Show, I just saw that for the first time a couple years ago. So that was out my whole life. I never saw that movie, man. And when I saw it, that's the movie where I get the whole concept from everybody in on it. When I say that, I get that from The Truman Show because everybody was in on that shit. He was in a fake-ass world from his house, his neighborhood, to work, and everybody in on that shit. Truman Show. But the Truman Show also let you know the Hollywood game. Everybody act like they cool with your friend, all this shit. Meanwhile, everybody conspiring against your ass. All right? Why you think Diddy in jail by himself? Everybody conspired against his ass. All right? That's right. Guess what? You already know this man is not going down by himself. That's not going. And then we also know he got to take everybody else's first. Then he gonna start throwing his blows. So he ain't start throwing his blows yet. He got to take the best of the best. So if this the best they got, I'm gonna say she did something hurtful. Meaning she's helping with that Rico. She was good help hurting Diddy. Yeah. Her story goes with the Rico stuff. So on that note, what up, C Mills? What up, bro? Everybody that caught this replay, shout out to y'all. Everybody that's live, everybody on green, everybody in between. Appreciate all of y'all. We out for real. I'm out. One.